finals. I'm Mike Langley, and I'm privileged to be joined with the one and only World Cup bouldering champion Shauna Coxey and British climbing legend Gaz Perry.
Hi there.
Hey, thanks for having us.
So guys, we are straight into the action here at the Climbing Works. The semi-final round is about to begin, and Shauna, what have we got for the guys this morning?
Well, for the guys, there's a lot of burl out there, finishing off with a bit of tech on the vert wall on the far right. So I was testing these boulders on Thursday, which seems like forever ago now, but they are definitely quite spicy.
Absolutely. And Gaz, number of boulders for these guys, obviously we've got 20 competitors, men, 20 women, and we've got to get them down to 6 for the finals. Over 4 boulders. Obviously we've got Billy Rydell from Team GB out there at the moment. Can you just tell us a little bit about the tour? And we had a look at the boulders. How did it look?
Yeah, we had a little bit of a look earlier on, and the boulders are definitely hard. We've got to break them down onto 6 people. And you've seen from the starting climber here, Billy, on block 1, he's struggling instantly to stand on the first foothold.
Those footholds out there, you can't quite see right now, but they are tiny, and there's a lot of dual texture on the wall. So you've got these shiny surfaces and then a little bit of texture, and you've got to be really precise. So yeah, he's having a hard time.
As you can see, guys, it's a packed house already here in the Climbing Works. This is, it's only 12 o'clock, but it's absolutely rammed, and it just shows the appetite here at the Climbing Works for the CWIF. Everyone absolutely loves it, and after a really great qualifying day yesterday, just the hype around the CWIF this year is absolutely huge.
It's massive. This event is one that, from an athlete's perspective, we all really look forward to, and for me, I love competing here. It's been great to be on the other side for once, so helping out the route setters, and I'm coming and joining you guys. But yeah, like the crowd in Sheffield it's pretty hard to beat.
I was chatting to the competitors yesterday, and almost every international climber I spoke to was saying this is one of the most important events for them. They really enjoy coming here. It's a big competition, but it's not really carrying the pressure of a World Cup or a World Championships.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. there isn't the pressure of a World Cup title. There isn't it is different to a World Cup, but I mean doesn't mean they're not going to be trying their absolute hardest to make this final, because the boulders are world class. The crowd is world class. It's got such a similar atmosphere to a World Cup, and yeah, I mean you can kind of come here and have a bit of more relaxed, fun time, but at the same time, every athlete out there is going to be fighting for a spot in the final tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're all keen to obviously make it through to the final and excel this evening, but it's hard. It's definitely going to be hard out there.
I think what's difficult is the fact that the field's so stacked full of strong climbers. We'll go through the list as we go along, but there's just so many potentials to make finals night, and only 6 spots, and you could feel the nerves. We went back to the isolation zone half an hour or so ago, and you could feel the tension in the air, different athletes dealing with it in different ways, but Billy making good progress on the first block. Gaz, this first boulder then, we had a little look. Obviously we've talked about how bad the footholds are, and obviously Billy's struggling with those straight away. But what about the rest of the block?
Well, I was chatting to Andy Long about these footholds earlier on as well, and he, as a route setter, one of the most experienced route setters in the United Kingdom, was very excited about this foothold because they can make things so specific nowadays. They can really isolate where you have to stand. You're not going to be able to just stand all over the foothold or get that much out of it. You've got to be really precise on these, and they're really hard to stand on.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can say that from Billy. Billy is a super experienced competitor. I mean, he's only 19 years old, sorry. He has had multiple top 20 results in the Youth World Cups over the last few years. He is on good form though. A Blockfest win last week for him, and we can see
over on the left side we've got Kasia setting off on the slab. I was watching the setters try this yesterday evening, and that probably sounds like it's the first time she's got the bonus, I think. Hard progress off that thumb press.
These holds are absolutely tiny, and they're the dual texture ones I was talking about a little bit earlier, with not a lot to stand on at all.
I think it's super frustrating with these types of holds. I mean, they're really good from the route setter's point of view, but from a climber's point of view, super frustrating. And obviously, Shauna, yourself, you had a chance. You were working with the route setters during this round. What would you say? A good chance for the women? You need lots of tops, do you think, today, or is it going to be?
It's going to be really interesting. I mean, I've always known the route setters have an incredibly hard job, but being involved in the process and getting to test with them and see the process that they go through has really been incredibly insightful for me. And you really can't predict what's going to happen out there. They've got to put these boulders up, and there's no format to putting a boulder on the wall. It is just their talent and hard work that goes into making a competition work. So yeah, I don't know how many tops there are going to be. I'm sure they've got a better idea than I have, but from being on the boulders, both the guys and the girls boulders, I am incredibly excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and Gaz, we were here quite late last night just kind of scoping out the boulders, and what would you say? To me it looked, and obviously it's hard, but it looked incredibly hard, especially in the women's.
Yeah, and it's very hard to get this level right because it's such a fine line. You change your foothold, you make a little tweak, and suddenly it's almost impossible. And we saw one of the route setters last night. They were testing these boulders at like 11:30 at night, and it comes down to real experience to make a call on how hard that boulder is, whether it's too hard or too soft.
So
much working.
Next guy out in the men's is the Danish climber Bjorn Arnold Leisiger. Not seen him before, but he has been on the IFSC stage, and he's looking strong so far. Obviously, a super good qualification round for him. It was obviously really, really tight. 3 guys qualified in joint 18th position. Obviously, 20 went through. So Bjorn, it's one of his first CWIF events, I believe. He's been on the World Cup stage quite a bit in the last few years. And not had many semi-finals, but here at the Climbworks he's obviously had a good result, and he obviously likes it here in Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
And over on the left-hand side on the boulder for the ladies is Victoria Watterson. Victoria's come across from Northern Ireland, born in Enniskillen. Cheeky little first move that, I think. I was watching again the testers on this last night, and the trick seemed to be not to actually jump into the handhold with the left hand. It seemed to be just step up onto the right foot.
So on this one you really have to stand up on that right foot to get the little hold that's just in the Rab sign there, and then lean over. That's the way we found it anyway, but yeah, she seems to be making it work this way. If she can keep that left leg in so that it doesn't peel her off the wall, I reckon she could stay on there.
So we'll just take this opportunity to remind you guys at home of the format. So they've got 4 boulders each, 4 boulders for men and 4 boulders for women, and it's what we call the 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off format, which means they have 5 minutes dead to climb the boulder, and then they have 5 minutes rest before moving on to the next boulder.
Yep.
And there's 20 men and 20 women, so in around an hour and a half time we should know our finalists, which I'm really looking forward to tonight, around 6 o'clock for the finals.
Ooh, we just saw Victoria on that
boulder
hard
one
foot
can
swap.
be super frustrating.
Oh my goodness.
Go after go after go, slipping off that foothold. And but the beauty of it, it's not taking any energy there, so you can still keep at it.
Yeah.
Learning the method, learning the balance.
So many attempts. Yeah. And then when you walk out from isolation to a slab like this, and it's all little intricate, and you've been warming up, getting yourself psyched up, and then you've got to calm right back down and get on the slab and teeter along. And she's looking good there. That foot swap is so hard though. Initially the hold that's on the bonus hold wasn't there, so you had to do it all off the right palm, but they seem to have been kind and added a little screw on, although it is a dual tech screw on with not much at all on it, so yeah.
We'll see how kind later on, see how many times this boulder gets topped, if any. The route setters really thought this was one of the harder ones, so
yes,
pretty
definitely.
Mean start from the route setters in the semi-finals, taking no prisoners, and giving the girls a real challenge straight out of the blocks. And like
straight
you say,
out there.
There's no way really. It's so difficult to warm up for this style of move. Basically no holds, but great effort, sticks.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was in isolation earlier on, it's an interesting place for isolation. There is no slab in there, so they've only been warming up on actually steep angles.
And you can't
so to walk straight out to this, it's like, oh no.
My right toe is still sore even now from testing this boulder on Thursday. I had so many attempts, and we tried because you want to get it just perfect so that it works well. And
But I just saw Victoria pull on that previous go and stand on that start hold and give her ankle a little wiggle, so obviously it's putting quite a lot of pressure on that right foot, this problem.
It really is.
So what we should notice for you guys at home is these guys qualified in 18th and 19th place respectively, so the top qualifiers will be coming out later on. So in theory, even though it's climbing, so anything can happen, these guys in theory, I wouldn't like to call them the weaker climbers, but the higher ranked climbers will be coming out later on. So in theory we should see a lot of dropped attempts at the beginning, and hopefully more and more tops later on in the tour.
And the semi-finals is always that way. So even in the World Cups, also the qualifiers who qualify, the athletes who qualify higher up, climb later on. But that can often have a negative impact too, you know, because it's getting warmer out there, the holds are getting dirtier, like the holds themselves are getting warmer, and it's really interesting to see how that has an impact on the boulders. But yeah, hopefully, I guess the idea is that the stronger climbers have the worst conditions. So yeah, we'll see if they can keep up with it.
So next up for the ladies, over on the left side, we've got Jennifer Wood. She's local girl, Sheffield, studying biochemistry, I think. Regular member of the British team. She's been to the World Youth Olympic demonstration event in 2014. See what she makes of this.
I've seen Jen down the climbing works a lot recently. She's been training really hard and looking really strong, so yeah, it'll be good to see how she gets on these boulders.
Yeah, she's definitely in good form at the moment, and she says she's really been doing a lot of comps around the country just to prepare for this event. So yeah, good luck to Jen Wood out there. So on men's one, shortly we will see the one and only crowd favourite, the young man Jim Pope, all the way from London, current British lead climbing champion, turning his hand to some boulders as well. Billy Rydell will move on to men's two.
Jim Pope certainly is no slouch nowadays. He's one of the most focused of the younger climbers that are coming through in Great Britain. He's a real workhorse for sure. He really puts the effort into the training, and his level is pretty impressive, really.
And there's a really good scene in the UK right now for training as well. Jen and Bill have both been down. Billy have been down here a lot, training really hard. It's been great to see so many of the younger climbers getting really stuck in and training hard for their goals, and you know, this event is one of those goals. So yeah, this is what they've been putting the work in for.
That's our first view of women's two with Kasia.
This might be my favourite boulder out there.
Cheeky,
you know,
start here.
I really like this
start
one.
is that position, jumping into the toe hook. It's the massive moon.
Great work here on women's two there. Skills the bonus, fantastic work. Come on.
This next move is really powerful, and that hold, you cannot see it at all. From where she's jumping, you can't see where it is. Oh!
That was close.
So Billy now
Nice.
back on men's number two, making good progress. We had a look at this one. It's really hard, this next section through these flat hold volumes.
So on this move that you just saw Billy on there, I really like this move. Billy tried to reach it from a low foot. I put my left foot up on the black volume just below where his hand is and stabbed again. You have to keep a lot of pressure between your hand and your foot to stay on the waller. It's a really, really tricky move, and incredibly powerful and really intense in the back.
I was chatting to Jamie Cassidy about that boulder earlier on, because I noticed the tweak from last night to this morning. He changed the foothold from quite a good foothold, which allowed
making it harder.
tall climbers to actually reach that move quite easily. And as he's a tall climber, that's what he tried to do, but the foot comes off and you're out of there.
You're out there, because that bonus hold, it's incredibly bad.
Here we go then, Jim Pope. Great shot of him now on
Looking
men's number
solid,
one,
Jim.
starting his tour. Come on, Jim. Come on.
Here, I believe he needs to just power up with that left hand, no foot. If he swings his leg, he might be able to get a bit of assistance in the momentum, but it is really just a burly boulder you've got to stick with.
Kasia back on. Not quite getting to the bonus again this time.
So obviously, guys, we are with the first boulders now, but the climbers will make their way left to right across the wall, and at some stage pretty soon we'll have 8 climbers on the wall at the same time, and that's obviously, we've only got so many cameras, so we'll cover as much of the action we can. So yeah, it's so difficult to keep up with everybody here, and we're going to do our best to keep everybody informed of what's going on with the scores and how the climbers are performing. But it's the semi-final round is a real kind of muddle of climbers all over the place, and great shot here again of Kasia.
You can see how extended she is there. We actually ended up moving the two holds that she's between with her hands and feet there a little bit closer together, so the shorter climbers were able to reach, which seems to have worked well. But you can see how hard she's trying, and she just needs to chuck right over the volume and grab hold of that hold. It isn't very good at all. You've got to get the leg swing just right to be able to stay on the wall. It's a very powerful move.
So Billy back in action again, wrestling with those volumes. I mean, this looks really hard.
He found the beater then. No, that was the way to do it, but he really needs to stab his right hand up and then keep the tension between, his left hand up and keep the tension between his left hand and his left foot as he hits that hold, because the right hand hold is quite good.
So just that shot, you could see the time, around 20 seconds left for these guys on their first boulders. Can we find any tops?
That slab looks so frustrating.
Billy back on again. not enough punch there, I don't think, is there?
He's figured out the right method, but yeah, a bit too late, I think.
Okay, all changeover.
So those guys, 5 minutes rotation is off, and joining us in the men's category now will be the Latvian Rolands Rugens. Has previously come fourth at CWIF in 2015. Is world ranked 17th and is on the scene a lot. So let's see what Rolands could do. He could be a potential finalist, having been fourth at CWIF before.
Yeah.
And for the ladies new out, we've got Hannah Donnelly from the US. She's really psyched to actually be climbing this weekend because she's only recently started the road of recovery from a really bad back injury.
So you can see a great wide shot there. 4 climbers there. Roland just pops into the shot on the semi-finals, and lady on number 2 just struggling to find that toe hook, and without that,
I don't know if it's possible without that. I did think you might be able to get your right foot up to where your right hand is on that boulder, but I wasn't too sure.
But that right hand's so bad, yeah.
It is bad, but if you can get a crimp on, maybe. Yeah. But that toe hook is definitely the right method. Yeah, she wants to come over the top to that big red hole in the CWIF sign right there, which looks big, and I think there's a bit of a you might think that it's a big hole means a good hole, but it's not very good at all.
If you guys didn't have a chance to check out the 159 show last night where we previewed the qualifiers, do check that out on the 159 show Facebook page, and we just went through kind of some of the athletes that are going to be competing here in the semi-finals, and just want to say once again just how many internationals there are here at the Climbing Works in Sheffield. It's just awesome to see a competition here in Britain that's not a World Cup with so many World Cup climbers.
I think it's the strongest field ever.
Yeah, I think it is, and it's even harder than this World Cup in so many respects. You get a lot of people coming out of retirement for this event. You get a lot of people that are outdoor climbers predominantly coming in for this event. But one thing we can't forget watching these climbers right here, they did 30 qualification boulders yesterday, or they tried 30 qualification boulders. I think only John Wong was the only one to top all boulders. So yeah, they're not totally fresh. It's day 2 on, and CWIF qualification is so hard. And I think it was the hardest year ever.
Great close up there of the Danish climber Bjorn Arnold Lysager. He's just struggling with that first move, and it really is a press off that left hand corner. We were having a look at this boulder earlier.
Yeah, and I think for me on this boulder, when I was testing it with Jamie, who is the route setter here, I fit quite perfectly into that space. But the bigger climbers, the taller climbers, are going to find it a bit of a squeeze.
Yeah, Jamie was describing how you're going to hold that hold, and it just changed due to size.
Here we see she's just figured out the beater, and then she got up to the powerful move here.
Come
Victoria. Oh, she just missed that hole, which is exactly what Rob and I did both first time. Rob was saying he wasn't sure if we'd see anyone do that move first attempt. I thought he might be wrong. I think we might see a couple of the stronger girls get that first attempt, but we both totally missed it because it is a really blind slap. You can't see where the hold is.
It's really strange because you stand back and look, and it's quite a good hold.
It's really obvious,
but you can't see it.
As soon as you pull on, you look up, you don't know where you're going.
Where's it gone?
We both slapped blindly and came flying off.
I think it's quite interesting here, guys. You can't see, but the studio where we are, we're just behind the competition wall, and we're absolutely surrounded by spectators. It's a semi-final round on a nice sunny day in Sheffield, but it's packed to the rafters. There's people climbing all over the walls to try and get a view of the semi-finalists already. I can't wait for finals later. We've got crazy.
People here that are looking at our screen to see what's going on because they can't even see because it's so busy in here already.
Yeah, it's totally nuts in here already. It's so cool to see the passion for these competitions, and I think the amount of internationals really draws a lot of people in. But going back to the competition, we've not seen much action yet. Realistically, we've had a few close calls. Jim got the bonus on men's number 1, but apart from that, we haven't seen too much. Really hard starts.
Yeah, we've not seen a top yet, but I do think we will be seeing a lot of tops come when the later climbers start coming out. But they have such a hard job. These boulders have got to be really difficult to split that top 20 down to 6 climbers. Just 6 climbers going through.
Well, it's interesting seeing these, the spread of the people we've got out here. So we've got British champion with Jim Pope. We've got Irish champion on the boulder there for the females. And Kasia is European Youth League champion as well, and on-site's 8B+. I mean, the level of this field already is super high, and they're struggling on these boulders.
Yeah. They're really difficult boulders. And the holds... On the screen here we can see these big nice red holds, but if you only knew how they felt, they're not good holds.
see the middle of the screen there, Roland Zrugan, the Latvian, shaking his head, not impressed with the start of the men's tour there.
Coming out to semi-finals and not topping the first boulder, that's hard for your head. You've got to really process that and move on for the next one, because there's still 3 boulders to go for him.
Hopefully he can just put that to one side, have 5 minutes rest and move on to the next boulder. But moving on in the men's field then, qualified in 16th, it's Dara O'Connor from Ireland.
And for the ladies, we've got from Switzerland, Yara Spate. I was chatting to the Swiss team, who's quite a young collection of climbers here. They're using it as a bit of a training event to get into this international sort of arena. And
interesting beta there from Jim Pope on men's 2, deciding to opt out the left-hand palm and go for the match. It looked like it might work for him for a minute, but then I don't know. I think he's brushing that left hold.
There's not enough hold there for both hands, is there?
The thing is, that right-hand hold is almost better than you expect it to be when you get there. It's not bad, but it's on quite a steep angle. You're in a really awkward position, so I can see why he opted for the match.
We have a first look then at men's and women's 3. Women's 3 starts with a really cool sort of double clutch move.
It's really cool. It's really good fun.
Fire left and then have to control it with the compression with a right hand undercut in between the starting 2 holds. Really cool. And Billy moves on to men's 3, which is super steep in the roof. But yeah, good wide shot there of all the climbers in action. Like we say, we are getting to the stage where we have 4 climbers on each, 8 climbers in total, 4 men, 4 women across the wall. So it's going to get packed in here in a minute. 8 climbers on the wall.
Let's see what Jim Pope does again. He's making sure that slope as clean as it can be. Pushing the good hold that Shauna was talking about earlier on. Come on, Jim, let's see what you can do.
And Jen's about to pull back on there.
I'm quite surprised the men struggling on this first block. Just visually looking at it, it kind of looked all right, but it's really causing guys problems. And Jim Pope also just so much weight going through the back and the shoulders there.
See, weirdly, I think Jim looks quite small when he's in there, but I felt like I fit in quite well, and Jim's about the same size as me.
Yeah. Well, that position is so powerful there. That foot
really
hold's really bad.
And when we're
Twisting,
testing, we can get on when we feel ready. We can have a little chill, have a drink, you can get on when you feel like you want to get on the wall. But these guys, they've got 5 minutes to get on there, get it done, and then move on and off to the next one.
Yeah.
It'd be great to hear from you guys at home, so do get in touch. Use the hashtag CWIF 2017. We'd love to hear from you. And Rab have got a giveaway as well, so when we fire off some replays on the key moments, you can just retweet that. And Rab have given away some good prizes later on, so do get in touch. It's always nice to hear from you, where you are around the world watching this. Let us know. Great to hear from you. As we look at one more time at Jim Pope, then still 2 minutes left. And trying a double catch there, and don't know, those holds are really, really bad. I'm not sure if that's going to work.
I'm not sure that's going to work. I'd be incredibly impressed if he does. The only thing keeping me on when I was up there was the left foot.
These boulders, guys, just seems like so much tension required on every one of them. It's like if any point slips on any of the boulders, you're just out of there.
Yeah, if you climb them perfect, then you will stay on. But if there's something slightly wrong, you get the wrong part of the foothold, you're seeing it time and time again on the slab, that you're out of there. Jen, good progress. I think it's the first time to the jump.
Oh, just missing it.
And you could see she was just over the right-hand side of the hold there. It's totally blind, that hold.
Seems to be a bit of a theme on that women's 2 there. Everyone's sort of heading rightwards on the boulder. Yeah. That's quite interesting.
There's quite a lot of chalk up and right. I think because we missed it so many times, we put all the chalk up there, so it's a bit deceiving.
I think when somebody catches that hold, then we're going to hear it. We're going to hear the crowd go a little bit mad when somebody takes that hold.
So just 1 minute left for these guys, and we have a close-up of women's 3. This really cool first move. Let's see this young lady can make of it. Come on. Just wheel spin there.
It's a really strange position pulling on in there.
Jim's made the match work. Come on, Jim.
Come on, Jim.
Come on, Jim. That's it. That's the way. Keep that foot. Oh, he's got to keep that foot. So close.
So steep, that section of wheel. Such a bad set of holes, but a great effort from the young man, Jim Pope. Doesn't look like Jim might be calling a day on that boulder though, so this is 5 minutes on 5 minutes lost. It means if they don't complete the boulder in the 5 minutes, they have no more goes, and they do have to sometimes consider the tactics, whether it's worth carrying on with 20 or 30 seconds left, maybe save themselves later on.
Well, Jim's already bowed out there, even though there's some more seconds to go. And we saw with the way that he was approaching the boulder, he's a clever climber, trying lots of different methods and finally making his initial method work.
It is so hard out there to know what to do, because you're presented with this boulder and you might think you know how to climb it, and then it's making a decision in that time that you're out on the mat whether you carry on trying that method you've figured out first time, or do you switch and try something else. And then processing all of that whilst in front of a crowd with only 5 minutes is quite a stressful experience, and it takes a lot of experience to learn how to deal with that.
All right, joining us next then in the men's category is the one and only, the superstar, the reigning CWIF champion. It's Sean McCall from Canada. This guy has basically won everything there is to win out there. Lead, speed, boulder, everything. This guy's an absolute beast. So Sean McCall, 29 years old, like I say, he's the reigning champion, qualified in 15th, which is potentially quite a low position for him. Maybe
yeah,
he's just saved himself.
He might have been a little bit surprised, actually. Yeah, I don't think he expected to be quite so low down. We had a strong showing from the Brits, and
good progress straight away from Sean here.
This is really showing the men's one hill.
Oh, a little slip there, but I think that might be the first bonus that we've seen on men's number one.
Is, yeah.
He's a really strong climber.
Yeah, I mean, Sean's coming out in 15th position, but that by no means kind of is a true reflection of his strength. Sean is definitely a potential favourite.
CWIF qualifiers aren't all about strength.
That certainly was the first bonus on that men's number one.
Yeah, it's only provisional, obviously, but Sean McCall rockets up to the top of the leaderboard with a bonus there on men's one. So good work from him, a good start to his tour, but let's hope he can finish that off. We want to see a top straight away for Sean. That'd be awesome, a great start to his campaign.
It looked like he had a little foot slip on that move. It didn't look like he came off because he wasn't physically capable of doing it. So, yeah, maybe if he can get back up there and keep that foot on.
There's 2 footholds there, Shauna,
yes.
And one of them's, the lower one's dual texture and the higher one's not dual texture.
Yeah.
Is the higher one too high to get that right foot on?
I think it might be. I think the higher one is there for a little bit later on. I think you want it on the lower one, but Sean being a shorter climber might be able to make the higher one work.
The high step, yeah.
But he is throwing outright to that slot that you can see there. There's a blocker on the hold, so it's not an easy move. You want to be really steady heading towards that next hold.
That hold's quite good out on the right, but you've got to be super accurate to hit it.
Yeah.
Here we go then, Sean McCall on his second attempt. Come on, Sean.
Strong.
This guy's an absolute weapon.
See what he does this time.
Ooh.
You can see just in the shot there that the root set has been a bit cheeky and made a bit of a good hold into a bad hold by blocking it.
Yeah.
Classic technique from the root setters to make guys fall off. It's so low percentage. I mean, it's so hard to hit that hold.
These first few boulders are quite low numbers of moves. That compression boulder for the men number one is basically 4 movements.
Yep. Doesn't mean it's easy.
Super short, super hard. We just get a sneak peek on the left-hand side of the slab there. We've got Kata Sauerwein. Seems like Kata's been competing for years.
Making that first move look easy there.
Yeah, I was chatting to her earlier on. They've been over for a few days, her and Jorga partner, and they've been out on the gritstone quite a lot. Sampling and learning how to put trad gear in for Kata. It's been an interesting experience. A little bit of highballing as well.
Kata's a regular face in finals and a really impressive all-round climber. So,
a lot of climbers standing on the mats currently here at the CWIF 2017 semi-finals. But I mean, realistically, that's what we're going to expect. With this is a semi-final round. In theory, it's probably the hardest round, even with the finals still to come. But because we've got to get so many strong climbers down to just 6. But a few guys looking good. Then Roland's on men's number 2, looking super strong.
Well, that was
interesting
definitely different beta.
He's a much taller climber. Come on, Roland. The Latvian's so close there. A minute left for these guys to make it count.
I think that just goes to show, though, that taller climber, you get the advantage of being able to reach through to that top hole, but then you just lose the feet.
You lose the tension,
so steep,
and that foothold's so bad.
Let's concentrate on Sean McCall then. Can he find a top on men's one? This is going to be important, we feel. Come on, Sean.
Come on.
Yeah, stick to that time. Can he finish it off?
The first top.
Come on, Sean.
I think we might be seeing the first top here.
Top hole's really good.
There we go.
Yeah, Sean McCall made it look easy that time.
You can hear the crowd behind us going wild as well.
So I was pretty happy with that one. And relaxed.
You can see the tension in the air already amongst these competitors. They know how tight it is. Sean McCall, great close up there. Sean McCall, nervous. here at the CWIF, I mean, it obviously means so much to him, even though it's not a World Cup. That's brilliant.
Well, you know, like, he's a regular face in the finals. He just doesn't want to be sitting in the crowd later on tonight. He wants to be in there and getting involved. So he's going to be fighting for his spot in the final.
All change again now, so we've got 2 new English climbers out on the mats. Over on the left-hand side, we've got Emily Phillips, 14 years old.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Great replay here of Sean. Remember, guys, you can just retweet that Rab replay for a chance to win some Rab stuff. The emotion on Sean there was brilliant. But just going back to what you were saying there, Gaz, about Emily Phillips, just 14 years old. To make the final here, semi-final, sorry, at 14 is crazy.
I had a little chat with her earlier on in isolation, and she's super happy to be here. Like, zero expectations of where she's going to end up.
It's perfect.
But I said, you know, what do you want to do? What do you want to do in the future? And basically all she said was world champion.
Perfect.
No point messing around. It's true. In the men's end, we're joined by the super strong Nathan Phillips, just 22. So strong throughout the European Youth Cups. So now he's obviously moved into the seniors and has had a few decent results on the internationals as well, and has made semis at the CWIF for the last 3 years. But we do turn to another Brit, Billy Rydell, onto his last boulder. Tricky little technical wall here.
It's a CWIF special, this, isn't it?
The walk of death.
You can see those dual texture holds there. So the bit of chalk that you can see there, just grabbed, that's got friction on. But the whole rest of the hold is totally slippy. It's totally shiny.
Oh, just look how grim those holds are. What an angle! Such a great close up there. Come on, Billy. Teetering along.
Almost at that bonus. Oh no! So close.
Oh, I could just feel the tension going through his fingers there.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
See Nathan Phillips on boulder 1. You've seen a lot of climbers try and get their left heel up there to make that work, but I do think you need to keep the left leg low and use it to generate a bit of momentum up to that left hand.
As we saw Sean,
really powerful.
When he had the confidence, just bounced up with the left hand.
And I think that does come from experience as well. Sean is one of the most experienced competitors we've got in this competition, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
This men's 3 where we can see Jim here is a hard one, as they all are, but
yeah, we pegged men's 3 as possibly the hardest one when we were having a look earlier.
Yeah, Manu Hassler special it is.
Yeah, and this is the, we've been talking about the dual texture holds, and the thumb on this undercut that Jim's going up into is actually a no texture hold.
No, they
nothing on
wanted to put that on the entire event, and we were trying, I was almost trying to hide it, because I was like, you can't do that to these competitors, that is not fair. But no, it's on there.
Great Rab replay here from Billy Rydell, just that moment where he just fell off. He was doing really well to get that far along the boulder. Men's 4 is quite a long kind of walking, kind of really technical slab, and yeah, women start with a slab and the men end with a slab. That's CWIF in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yep.
Nathan back on again.
Oh, Jen was close to that double at the start of women's 3.
This blocker for the left heel where Nathan, he's actually made it to work. That's a hook on no texture. The setters have put that on to try and eliminate that heel hook method.
It's impressive that he made that work. Although it did seem to scupper him a little bit for the next move.
Jen Wood on the women's 3, that doesn't seem to have quite found the method yet. Catching the right hand undercut. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of that boulder later on. Yeah, every single move here counts. Here we go, another look at Billy Rydell. We saw him slip on this move a second ago. Oh man.
That move you want to be in total control going up to that bonus, because it's not a good hold at all. You don't want to be going with too much momentum. You'll be straight off, as we just saw Billy, but it's all in the feet.
There's only one good hold on that boulder. It's at the top. I don't think that one's that good.
It's not actually that good. I was going to say, where's the good? I think the start hold actually. The start hold's quite nice. You're not on it for very long though. Oh, no. She's figured it out. It just needs a bit more.
Jen's
bit more power in those arms.
She's getting close, guys, but realistically she's running out of time. Just 40 seconds to try and make a bonus at least here.
She can keep her arms a little bit bent when she hits those and pull in. We could see her sticking it. Nathan back up on men's 1. Ooh, not making it work.
Back to Jen again on this move. Coming really close, just ripping off with that right hand.
Remember, guys, you can retweet those replays with the hashtag #RabReplay for a chance to win some Rab gear later on. We'll be giving away some awesome Rab prizes. So, yeah, do get in touch. Also, hashtag CWIF 2017. We'd love to hear from you as we end that rotation and move on with the next selection. And in the men's, it's the one and only pocket rocket, Dave Barons. Dave has had an incredible kind of CWIF career, as it were. He's, Dave, 35 years old, by far and away the oldest climber here, but has made second places at CWIF 4 times. And
Dave's had some very good results here.
It's incredible.
He's a very strong climber, as Dave. He's been climbing for a long time now, super experienced, still psyched, still motivated.
And still producing the results. He had a great year last year.
Yeah, last year made semi-finals in the World Cups, a couple of semi-finals, so he's really, like you say, he's still on form. Age is no barrier for Dave Barons.
Let's see if the pocket rocket can do some squeezing.
Sean McCall then is going to move on to men's 2, and let's have a close look at this. Because
I think this boulder might suit Sean.
Yeah, men's 2, Sean McCall.
If he figures it out.
He's on fire here already at the start, but yeah, like
spoke too soon.
Yeah, it's all about figuring out the moves.
Barons now.
And I think we've got Kata on women's 2. We'll see her pull on. She's been studying the boulder for a little while, trying to figure it out. She's very methodical. You can see she's just planned what she's about to do.
So Kata Steinman is one of those ladies who's just been on the World Cup circuit for so long, regular semi-finalist and finalist.
Yeah, and we're seeing a few finals as well. And
it looks like you have a similar problem with the toe hook hitting it. You can see it when you're standing on the mat, and as soon as you jump up, it's totally blind.
Yeah, and if you get it in the right place, it feels bomber. It feels like it's not going anywhere. But if you're not quite on the hole perfectly, it's straight out there, as you can see with Kata just now.
Let's have a good look at Roland's Rugen's then through the power. You can see the biceps exploding there. Oh, Dave Barons!
Oh! Dave Barons dropping the top.
Good effort, Dave. Yeah, good effort.
Hopefully he can get back up there. He's got 3 minutes left.
Plenty of time, I think. Dave needs to just
I'm pretty sure you called that a jug earlier, Mike. It's definitely not a jug.
It seemed like a jug when Sean was up there, but, one man's jug's another man's sloper.
That's a good hold.
It's a good hold. I'm not sure Dave will agree.
Great to hear from you there, all the way live from Mexico at Mendrillo. As we look at Kata, and then how we see a first top of women's 2. Yes, nicely
First
done.
female top of a boulder, that.
And
excellent.
I think she got that move over to the hold on the volume first time.
Yeah, impressive.
Proving Rob Napier wrong there.
Showing her experience.
Yeah. Make sure you know where the holds are before you set off.
Yeah.
That'll send us straight to the top of the leaderboard with the first top in the women's competition.
It sure will.
Let's have a look close up then at Sean McCall on this one, and that first right foot is absolutely grim. Guys really not liking this first sequence, really struggling to find the position that works for them.
It's not an easy move.
Here we go, it's Bjorn from Denmark on men's 4. It's hard to breathe when you're watching these guys on this slab.
Oh no, the slightest wrong movement can peel you off.
It's not even a fall off there, is it? It's like a peel.
Yeah.
Here we go then, Dave on his next go.
Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Come on,
Crowd
Dave.
wants it for the Brit. Come on.
Oh no, fumbled.
I really hope that drop of the finish hold doesn't make a big difference for Dave. He's got a 3 boulder still to go, but hopefully that's not a decider whether he makes finals or not.
Still got another minute and a half to rest and recover. Plenty of time still, Dave.
Oh, it is exciting being on this side, isn't it? I think it's more stressful watching than it is actually competing.
my hands are totally wet. Sweating.
Having been on these boulders as well, I feel it's really exciting watching, and yeah, we're not even halfway.
Yeah, Sean just, is he walking away or is he just having a brush?
No, he's got a minute left. Sean's never going to walk away on a minute left.
Yeah, if you guys watched CWIF last year, you'll see Sean right at the death topping one of the final problems that gave him the win. It was an incredible moment. So yeah, he's definitely a fighter right to the end. Skipping two holds there.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work for him because he's so extended.
Dave.
Yes, seeing Dave at the top. Yeah.
Brilliant work there for the camera crew. Just caught Dave topping men's number 1. Great job.
Just showing his experience there, staying calm, keeping at it. 3 goes high on the boulder, 3rd go to the top. Amazing.
Yeah. Dave topped that in 4 attempts in the end, so yeah, not quite as quick as Sean, but getting the top is what counts. Obviously, for you guys at home who have potentially not seen a competition like this before, it's tops that count, and then it comes down to the number of attempts.
There's so much going on out there.
Yeah, it's really hard to catch up. 8 climbers on the wall now, 16 on the mats in total, 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off, like we said.
So we've got the 14-year-old Emily Phillips moving on to female 2. Let's see what she makes out with these. I was chatting to Emily about the future, you know, the Olympics coming up in 2020, and this is definitely a focus of hers. The only complaint she had is that she hasn't got a speed wall.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Olympics a little bit more in the finals program later on tonight. So do check back for finals. Obviously, this is just the semi-finals, and we have got half an hour or so preview program before the finals later on. Before we get stuck into the action, you can see Nathan Phillips, the young Brit, on men's number 2. Sean McCall not having much luck on this boulder a minute ago. Nobody having much luck on this boulder, to be fair. That tweak that they made on that foothold late last night, Gaz, I wonder if that was just one tweak too many.
Well, we'll see. It's still early days in this semi-final. We've got a lot of climbers to come and a lot of strong climbers.
On men's one then, great shot. This is Michael Piclarou from Italy. This guy's super strong. Made
Straight into that high foothold.
Come on, Michael. Great athlete, this guy. Come on. Oh man, yeah, absolutely.
Flash. Good stuff.
That was a flash, like Gaz said. Perfect start. It can't be too sad with that.
You can't start any better, can you? Well, you got a first shot of women's 4 here. It's a really powerful climb through the roof on the far right, and men's 3 just looks so impossible. It looks so hard.
We have a close-up of the British lead climbing champion Jim Pope on the slab. Now Jim is really good at these technical boulders, so let's see what he can make of these. I have to say, I think the shoe choice is going to be super important on this last boulder.
Definitely.
Coming out on your really stiff downturned shoes, you're going to be getting nowhere.
You're going nowhere.
You want as much surface area on these volumes as you can, but getting around this is really difficult.
Crimp in the screw holes there. Jim's got every tactic in the book.
He knows his tactics.
Yeah, he knows the rules. So I heard the briefing, and they made it clear that you're not allowed to pull on the bolt holes, but screw holes in the volume.
Fair game.
Fair game, yeah.
This hold that he's actually got with his right hand, it's actually a foothold, but the screw
I
head
don't
is
know how he's
almost bigger
holding
than the
on to
actual
that.
hold itself.
Yeah, I'd look at that foothold. Actually, it's a really bad foothold.
He's straight in those screw
The only
holes.
thing
He's
you can
definitely
pull on
knows what
there
he's
is your
doing.
nails down the back of it.
Oh, dirty.
Come on now, Jim. You see the next hold up with the red stripe tape. That is the bonus hold. Bonus holds count when it comes to count back. Great shot there. You can really see the shoes just working so hard. Get the heels down, get the rubber on. Come on, Jim.
This is all in the feet here. He really needs to stand up really carefully to reach his right hand over the top to that bonus hold.
It's a really knowledgeable crowd here. You know, they go quiet when they're on these really
Nice, Jim.
technical moves. And Jim's looking really good now. Come
Bonus
on,
for Jim.
It's absolutely nothing on these volumes.
Looking good. That foothold is terrible though.
Terrible foothold, terrible handhold, and then the next nose on the left above the R of the Rab sign is just diabolical.
But it is actually better than what they had on there originally, believe it or not.
That's a good effort, that.
Brilliant effort from Jim Pope.
For such a young climber, showing really good experience. Like the time he's been on that boulder, and he's got a chalk bag with him. You are going to have to chalk up on that boulder.
Yeah. Because it is getting pretty warm in here now. The temperature's changed. It's getting warmer and warmer. The crowd, it's absolutely packed in here. All of these people.
And it's not even a final.
No.
I mean, this is great to see. Sunny day
I don't think
outside.
people are climbing up on the walls so that they can see what's going on, and you couldn't fit any more in here.
I think they just want a chance to see their superstars in life. It's so cool to see such international heroes kind of in front of them at their own home wall. And that's what's really cool about the CWIF.
Interesting method from Nathan there.
Nathan Phillips going for different beta here. It's going to be hard to get out there. Nice,
Yes.
looking strong
Come on,
there,
Nathan.
Nathan. Wants to get his left foot on and then stab that left hand up. Come on, Nathan.
Come on, Nate.
Strong, come on. Oh no!
Strong strong attempt from Nathan, that for
Brilliant
sure.
go.
That was a real shame. It's come to the end of his time on that boulder, but it was so close to making that stick. Gives us a bit of an insight as to what we might see later on from the stronger climbers. Do believe Sean McCall might be up next on that boulder. No, actually, Sean's done that boulder, isn't he? He'll be moving on.
So
to
this
the
is
third
first view of the female competitor on problem 2. This is Sol Sa from Korea. Checking out that toe hook.
We've seen Sol in a few of the World Cup finals, so it'll be great to see how she gets on this boulder.
Yeah, she didn't qualify too high yesterday. Obviously, the style of the qualification is very different.
Oh, replay, great replay here. You just needed to keep that left foot on and keep the tension between. It's such a tricky little move.
So, Shauna, you would have competed, like you say, with Sol Sa from Korea a number of times. You know, what's she like as an athlete? She looks super well-rounded. You know.
Yeah, she's actually got quite specific strengths. She's really strong on the pinch, probably one of the stronger girls on the pinch, and she is. Yeah, she's quite impressive on really specific things. You see some things when we've been climbing in the gyms together between rounds, she does, and I can't even fathom how she's getting up there. Oh, just missing that. She's looking strong on that start.
She was cruising there, but just missed it again on the right-hand side.
She is slightly taller than a lot of the girls, so she'll fit into that start a bit better, but she's also incredibly talented and trains a lot with John Wong Chong.
Men's 1, we've got Tyler Landman.
Sean McCall as well. He seems to be having a good time, but he's shaking his head a lot. What do you reckon? Do you think the rope setters have overcooked this round?
I don't know, we'll see. I mean, we've seen a couple of tops already, but it'd be nice to see a couple more, wouldn't it?
We're only, Tyler's the 11th climber.
So we're getting towards halfway through.
Yeah, we've still got a huge field left of talented athletes. So we'll see, but there is a lot of talent out there already. You know,
yeah, that is an impressive map.
Tyler, Dave, Sean in the men's,
Sasol and Kata.
Oh, it's incredible.
This is certainly something I'd expect Tyler to do very well on. You know, compression style. Wallop, all the way up the boulder. There's no static moves on it, but he's struggling.
But Ty can be a static climber at times. She's got an incredible lock off, incredibly strong pulling down. But this, you have to be quick, decisive, and you can't spend too long making decisions because the holes just get worse and worse.
Let's have another look at then Sol Sa on this move. Can she stick it this time?
Oh, she just misses it. You cannot see that at all.
Fingertips.
Kat Sauerwein making amazing progress on block 3. This is the high point.
Nice, yeah.
Could see a top here from Kat Sauerwein. Come on.
The next hold has got a blocker on it. It makes it a little bit trickier. Oh, but she's solid in there.
One move left.
Come on, Kata.
Come on, Kata. Amazing performance. The crowd are happy with that.
Yeah, just showing the class that Kata has and can bring to this event. She's the first female to do that first move.
Yeah, Kat Sauerwein's on form.
She went straight to the top.
Yeah, straight to the top, and that's 2 tops out of 4 for her so far.
Very experienced, the guys from the Austrian and the girls from the Austrian team. That's the sort of training that they'll focus on. These dynamic moves are becoming more and more common in the World Cup events.
And also dealing with the pressure, performing in that 5 minutes. They've got so much experience. It's incredible to see how important that is and how valuable that is out there.
Sol sticks the move then on women's 2. Can she top it? Come on, I think this might be one of her first tops in this. Yeah, nicely done.
Making sure, controlling that match with that heel hook. No mistakes when you've got that top hold.
You see then Kata Sauerwein just cruises to the top, all in a day's work for her.
Nice. Get the brushes in. Make sure they're clean for the next.
So Kata Sauerwein sitting pretty top of the board, 2 tops in 6 attempts, 3 bonuses in 9, so that's currently the score to beat. So we have a close-up of Dave Barons with 1 minute left, the pocket rocket. See what he can do after he's top on men's 1. Come on, Dave, he's in good shape for this competition.
Nice, Dave. Oh, we're going a bit too quick there. So try and slow that down if you can. He has got time for another go, 45 seconds left on the clock.
5 minutes is quite a long time for a boulder.
Ooh, depends whether you do it or not though, doesn't
it?
If you do it first try, it feels like a long time. If you don't, then, I mean, as we saw Jim, he was on his first attempt for over 3 minutes, you know, that doesn't feel like a long time. when you've only got 5. So yeah, I mean, it totally depends on how it's going for you, and also the 5 minutes rest. If you spend the entire 5 minutes trying, nice, strong work from
Looks
Dave.
good from Dave.
Come on, Dave.
It's a good hold. It's a good hold. Oh no!
He did secure the bonus there, so that will count for something.
That's the best attempt we've seen yet.
That is, and that hold is good. If he just had a bit more in that right arm, that's a shame.
I think it gives us a good insight that we know that it's possible now.
Yeah,
you know, hopefully
we
later
do.
on in the competition we can see the guys who qualified a bit higher sticking that move, and we really do hope to see a top. So in the men's category, starting his campaign then is Jone Kruder from Slovenia, another super strong climber. 12 top 15 finishes in the IFSC between 2014 and 16. So this guy is all over it on the international scene. Super strong, super good competitor, and really consistent. And he's also won CWIF before, 2011. So
Yeah, and I believe there's never been a male that's won CWIF more than once.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a lot of potential.
So guys, you can see the leaderboard for the first time, and as the results come in, the 1 in the green box means the top, and if there's no green box, just a line, that's the bonus. So Michael Piclarou from Italy currently sitting in first place with one top. You can see the Italian then, Michael, on men's 2, so close.
Oh, so close there. He did get up there pretty quick, so I reckon he's definitely got another good few goes in him.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. He is one of the taller competitors in this men's semi-final field, so I wonder if that's going to help him on those moves through there.
Yeah, that was saying earlier on, he's got to keep that foot high to do that move.
It's interesting beater from Hannah Slaney there. She definitely wants her right hand a bit higher up, so she's got a bit of space for her toe to get underneath that volume.
Yeah,
but
not quite seeing that method yet.
no, not quite figured out the beater. If you're not a toe hook fan, you're probably not going to like this boulder, in all honesty. I'm not sure there's a way around it. We might see someone figure it out, but...
So as we take a moment as the climbers rest to look at the women's semi-final results so far, as you said, Katarina Zawine, it's looking good so far, 2 tops in 6 attempts, 3 bonuses. Behind her, the Korean Sol Sa, but lots of strong climbers still to come.
So much going on. Nathan just got quite high on men's 3. He's got the bonus there, but not quite getting the next move.
Hannah's found that toe hook, but can't quite stand up on it. It was interesting, Michael mentioning about the choice of shoes earlier on.
Yes!
Looking
Boulder
good now.
2
Come
for
on.
the
Come
men.
on! Oh, no!
Man, that hold far up to the right hand looks absolutely the living in.
It is a good hold if you hit it right, but you've got to hit it right.
Yeah, coming off those flat hold volumes in angle, it's just so
Yeah.
hard to kind of get
And it's
around
a
it.
wild move
Yeah.
as well. It took me a while to build up the courage to attempt it.
Hannah's
Yone
finally made that toe up move work.
Yone's looking good as well on men's number 1. Come on, Yone. Slovenian super strong.
Yeah,
Come on.
good accuracy.
Starting to see some tops now. Come on, Yone. Come on.
Keep the tension.
Yeah, be happy with that.
Kruder
There
will be
he
a happy
is.
man after that one. Always an excitable guy.
Seeing more and
He'll
more
be
tops
pleased.
now, so we know it's going to come down to the attempts that they're taking on these boulders as well.
Yeah, people are slowly getting higher and higher.
I mean, what do you guys think? We're obviously into the top 10 competitors now. How many tops to get through to finals, do you think? Early predictions?
I don't think it's going to be many tops required, in all honesty. But that's the way it often is in semi-finals. I've made it to World Cup finals with only 2 bonuses before, so yeah.
I mean, we've seen 2 tops in the women's, and I believe only 1 top so far in total in the men's in terms of the boulders that have been done. So only 1 boulder in the men's has been done. 2 boulders in the women's have been done. So yeah, not many, like you say, a hard round.
Very hard round.
And just looking at the field that we've got for this semi-final, we are missing climbers of super quality. Like Jimmy Webb didn't even get in here.
I think he was down in 25th after the first qualification round. Oh no!
Unbelievable.
Michael just not quite latching that crimp up there on men's too.
Quite looking forward to seeing someone like Rustam Gelmanov on men's 2 later on.
Be
firing
really
up to
interesting
those
to
crimp.
see,
That might be his cup of tea.
Yeah. shot of women's 4. That is a powerful block in there.
Yeah, we've not seen much progress on that one yet. There's a lot of climbing on women's 4, a lot of moves on it.
Yeah, it's the longest boulder out there.
Yeah.
So we end another rotation, thick and fast action here for the CWIF 2017 semi-final. We are trying to get 20 competitors down to just 6. That is why these boulders are so hard. And we have a look at the current CWIF champion, Sean McCall, coming to the end of his campaign on men's number 4. See what Sean could do. Currently just 1 top to his name.
Such a balancing number this. You really have to trust your feet, be really calm, really patient, get your hips around that black volume at the start, and then go very steady on those tiny little holds at the top, because there is not a lot on them.
Sean's a super experienced climber. The first time I came across him was in his final win of the World Youth Championships quite a few years ago in Scotland. So he's got tons and tons of experience, and he excels in all disciplines as well. He's a pretty good speed climber, but he doesn't do that as his main choice. He's a very good difficulty climber and super boulderer.
Tara Hayes, NGV climber, super strong young lady, crushing it.
350 off the clock.
I
think that's a flash for Tara.
Sean McCall then.
he's found the nail locator.
I can't believe these guys are crimping that tiny little foothold, and he's straight in the screw hole.
Those are a pair of bad holds.
They're not even holds. It's good tactics there.
Come on, Sean McCall. Sean will be absolutely desperate to make the finals. You know, there's a high chance he might need this boulder, and in not many attempts. So Sean McCall with 3 minutes left. Pressure's on. Oh, just wobbles off. Just another look then at the young Tara Hayes, taking it all in her stride at such a young age, and in such a huge crowd here. Like we said, it's absolutely packed to the rafters already, and people even watching our TV here just to try and catch a glimpse of the action.
Trying to see as much as possible of what's going on. There's so much happening out there.
It'll be interesting to see Kata on this boulder 4. Again, she also does route climbing, so she's fit. A little bit of a slip there though. Super texture on these volumes, but you've got to keep on top of it and keep brushing them. A little bit hot out there, I reckon, today. Sun's shining through the windows, so I think the competitors are going to be feeling it. Sean back on for men's 4. Slowly, slowly. We saw Jim on this boulder before. He was on it for 3 minutes.
Here we go then, good close up. Oh, see the power going through Dave Barron's shoulder there. Dave's looking absolutely stacked on that, and you just see the fierce moves.
I totally fear for Sean's right-hand nails at the moment, putting it behind that hole. That's
some
disgusting.
of the guys just, they're going to be super gluing the nails back on the end of this round.
Oh.
Come on,
Oh,
Sean.
you can see the tremble in his right hand there.
Come on.
Oh, no! Oh.
Almost got the bonus then.
Kata, nice. So that's interesting. This on women's 4 here, I did a full rotation, so I went feet first. I was kicking my feet out and getting a good toe hook in. And Kata's just powering straight up there.
I think it's hard that way that she's doing it.
A lot
it was
harder.
set to do the spin, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. But she's not seen that, and maybe it's a bit too complicated to figure out in that time.
That's it. It's not just about climbing the moves, it's about figuring them out. This is the first
no one's
time
telling them what to do.
Yeah, this is the first time the climbers would have seen these boulders. It's on site, as we say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see if she can figure it and climb it.
You're totally out there on your own. You know, in finals you get to read it with other people, you get to discuss the boulders. In semi-finals, you're out there, and like you say, it's on site. It's just you and the boulder. There's nothing that you can do.
Sean's going to have to climb quick on this last boulder.
Ty Landman also looking good now on men's 2.
Come on,
Seen
Ty.
a couple of guys at this position, but the next move is what counts. Come on, Ty.
It's got wow.
Yeah, once again,
Sean's still on, but he's going to have to move it. He's got 25 seconds, and he's on the slowest boulder of the comp.
think Sean realises he's probably going to need a decent effort on this boulder to make through to finals, so he's taking it right down to the last few seconds here. Come on, Sean.
He needs that bonus, if nothing else.
Remember, this guy is the defending CWIF champion. He needs this right now.
Oh no!
Come on, Sean.
Oh, no.
See that was probably the best attempt we've seen on that. I think 'cause the time was running down and he had to rush it a little bit. It's a bit quicker, a little less apprehensive, and we saw quite a good
got
attempt.
a bit of confidence on it. He moved through it quite quickly, got his highest points in his last go, but just ran out of time.
So Sean finishes the round one top in 3 attempts. What do you think? An early upset?
It'll be interesting to see whether that's enough.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really close. It's going to be really
It might
interesting
be
to see
enough.
what happens later on. You know, this is one of the first events kind of the season, as it were. So, I mean, Sean might not be peaking just yet. I mean, the first World Cup is in a few weeks' time. So
Yeah,
maybe
we've got
he's just
3 weeks.
building up, ready for the first World Cup. But like you say, time will tell. It's going to be, really super interesting to see if Sean's got enough. So Yone Kruder moves on to men's number 2, and the current reigning British bouldering champion Matt Cousins moves on to boulder number 1. Matt Cousins qualified in 8th position. Matt was 7th at the CWIF last year, 2016. Like I said, he is the current reigning British bouldering champion, so Matt is on form and looking good.
It'll be really great to see what Matt can do here and for the rest of the season too. Like you say, he's current British bouldering champion. It was a hard field for him at the event last year.
Chloe Collier there.
He's going to want to be in the
women's
final.
number 2. Chloe from Belgium.
Chloe's
Starting
a
her-
regular here, actually.
Yeah.
She was here in 2014, 2015. Absolutely loves it.
You do see a lot of competitors travelling over for this event year on year. It is one that people really love travelling to. It's a great atmosphere and world-class route setters producing world-class boulders.
Yeah.
It's a perfect start to the season.
Yeah.
And it's very it's a low pressure event in a lot of ways. It's a sort of fun family
say
event.
that,
You
you
get to
say
see
that.
people that you don't see for the late part of the season.
I'm
and
not sure that many of the top guys, those ones who regular finalists, I don't think they'll be feeling low pressure right now. They will be fighting
they'll
as
be
hard
feeling
as
the
they
pressure,
can
yeah.
to make sure they get a spot in that final later
But
on. They
this
won't want to
evening
be
when
sat
they go to
watching.
the pub, they'll be pretty chilled and they'll all be
And it'll be
having
low
a good
pressure.
chinwag about what's been going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Looking forward
it's
to
a
the
social
season.
gathering though, CWIF, isn't it?
Yeah, it is for sure. Chloe again on problem 2. Just about to step on.
So out of 20 competitors, we now have we are down to the 8th qualifying position. So plenty of strong people to come, and we can see getting in touch. That's fantastic. Got a lot of love out there for the mutant feather, which is Nathan Phillips. So yeah, on the Twitter, a lot of love there for the Brits. Let's hear for the other guys out there. So if you can get in touch with #CWIF. Love to hear from you guys. See, we're here for the next hour or so, trying to get these 20 climbers down to just 6, and there's a lot of strong competitors out there.
So Yone back on men's 2 there. Oh.
Yone Kruder there in the camouflage shorts, right in the middle of your shot from Slovenia. Come on, Yone. This guy is so strong. Come on.
So strong. Come on, Yone. Oh.
That, like you were saying earlier on, that's quite a good hold. But
see in the back of the screen there, Nathan Phillips trying to go up the groove.
He was trying to
like-
take a different
trying to
tactic
take a
up that
shortcut.
groove there. I'm not
I was
sure
having
that's
a little
going to
look
work.
at that when I went out to look at the problems, whether you could go up the groove, because the foothold up in that top corner looks quite a good nose,
Okay.
but whether you can
Trust
actually
you
get
to
to it.
figure out the sneaky way, hey guys. Trust
Well,
you.
he looks like he's gone back to the normal method now, so maybe it doesn't work. Maybe for one of the tall competitors, though.
But potentially.
We'll see.
Chloe not looking very happy there, struggling on that first move. You've really got to get that toe hook to stick.
I mean, these guys, Shauna, they come from an isolation zone before they come out here. Do you
Yep.
think, Chloe's obviously shaking her head there, not too happy with this first boulder. Do you think she knows that this has been topped a number of times?
I think she will know. Like, I think from the crowd, it's almost impossible not to tell. But then it's hard if you've been in isolation and people have topped it whilst you're in isolation. You don't know which boulder is being topped. But when after their 5 minutes of climbing, as you can see here, they come and sit facing the crowd. So they literally have their back to the wall. They are just a few meters away from all of the action. So if there's tops going on right behind you, you have a pretty good idea of what's happening. See a little replay here of Yerne on men's 2. Oh, just not quite getting that crimp perfect.
Yeah, it looked like he was a little bit on the left-hand side of that
hole. A little
hole.
bit too far left, and a little bit high, I think, as well. You don't want to go too, violent to that. You want to go just enough to be able to control the swing.
So in the men's competition, we are now joined by the Italian and CWIF regular Gabriele Moroni, all the way from Italy for this. He has previously won European Boulder Cups, kind of a bit more back in the day, but this guy's been on the scene for a long time. So he has been at CWIF multiple times before as well. Has made 2 podiums, so this guy could be a contender for the finals.
Definitely. Here we see Tara just checking out women's F3 here, and then Sassol on F4.
So Sassol currently 2 tops.
So it looks like 5. You saw the turn there, turning out.
It did, yeah.
I think
great to see someone figure that out.
The crucial moment on that boulder is to screw on the last volume under the roof, which you need with your right hand.
You want it with your right hand, yeah. So here we can see Sai on the far right. We got a knee bar in now, which she's seen perfect, and then we want to match, but she's not seen the match. She's going again.
Go again. Okay, so she has got it
now
with the right hand.
Now she can spin from here.
Spin.
Perfect. This is what she wants. Oh, I believe that's Andrea just topping out women's 2 there as well. Cumin. Sassol's making great progress on women's 4. Really brilliant. Amazing.
High point on women's 4 this for sure for Sol.
Yep. First bonus.
Come on. Super 3D boulder this. Really cool.
When you finally get through this roof though, this top does not look easy.
It's not over. No. She wants to get that right foot up. No. So here you want to get tucked up in a ball on that volume, and then you can flip that right hand into an undercut, and then it pounds out to the volume on the left, and then you have got a kind finishing cold. It is a drug, but you do a lot to get there.
Yeah, there's a few hard moves on that head wall still to go. She's probably going to use her time now to rest up after such a good go. Back to the replay of Sol on this boulder. Chalking up.
Really isn't much on that right hand. You want it, I'd say matched. Got that right foot up so you can see her right leg waving around under there. You can get both feet tucked up. You can get in a quite good position to pounce into that undercut.
Yeah.
So really tight competition so far here in the men's and in the women's competition. It's so close already. With a low number of tops, so attempts to get to those tops is obviously looking really crucial already. We do have 6 climbers still to come out after this lot, so everyone's right in the middle of their campaigns, but it's getting really close.
Dave Barron's here on men's 4. Oh, well saved. His right hand popped off the foothold there, and he saved it with, I think, a thumb in the screw hole.
Dave's really good at this kind of technical style as well. He's such a well-experienced competitor. And
see right here that the sun's beaming on that wall from the back. It's coming through the bolt holes. It's chalking up. You're going to want a chalk bag on out there.
On this at the moment is Dave. This would be really interesting moment if he can top it.
The start of this one as well, you want really soft boots to get as much through those first few volumes, and then you've got to start standing on really tiny little footholds, which are a bit better with stiffer boots. So yeah,
it'd be good if you could change your footwear halfway along it.
It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Soft shoe for the start and then flip it over to a stiff shoe for the end. But
so one guy we've not had a chance to mention yet on men's number 2 is the Frenchman, bit of a showman. This guy Manu Cornu is an absolute beast. Let's have a look at the results then. The Italian Michael is currently sitting in first, 1 top in 1 attempt, and like we say, the attempts is going to be really crucial here. Sean McCall finished his campaign 3 tops in 1. Yone Krudi behind him, 1 top in 3 attempts, and the same with Yone Kruder. So yeah, it's the first boulder is what's happening at the moment.
Sassol back on women's 4. Oh, smiling away. She's having a good time out there by the looks of it.
Yeah, still enjoying it.
Tara not quite sticking the first double move on women's 3.
You can see in the background there, Manu Corner, the Frenchman, just walking away. He's not happy. Another sad face on men's.
I think there
number
might be a
twos.
lot of sad faces at the end of this
Not
round,
much
Mike.
happening on that boulder at the moment. But, you know, there is a few super heroes still to come, so we
There
will
sure
see.
is.
Speaking of superheroes, starting the men's campaign, Mr. Ned Feehally. Ned brushing off his comp vest.
There was a bit of a question yesterday evening, is Ned going to turn up for the semi-final? I'm really pleased he has.
Yeah,
because
he wasn't
climbing very well at the minute.
He is climbing incredibly well, and he had a brilliant qualification round, and he's probably the strongest he's ever been. But Ned isn't a fan of the heat, and semi-finals is always a very warm round. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on.
So Matt Cousins, current British champion on men's number 2. See, nobody really having any luck on that boulder, and some seriously strong climbers have been before Matt. So yeah, let's see what he can make of that.
Chloe getting close on the first move of women's 3 there. She figured the right method out. It's just a bit of timing needed.
Great to hear from you guys on the Twitter, #CWIF. Thanks for watching. Looks like these guys are psyched for Alex Magos and Rustam. They are coming out very shortly. Rustam is next in the men's.
We're all excited to see how those guys all get on.
Yeah, but it's not just about the men, obviously. There's so many strong women still to come as well.
It's very true.
A lot of heroes still to come. And the Brits, Leah Crane and
Michaela Tracy.
Michaela Tracy, yeah, still come to start their
And
campaign.
current world champion Petra Klingler.
Yeah, how could we forget a current world champion?
know.
I mean, Petra Klinger from Switzerland qualified in top spot. Here we go with Chloe though. Come on, this is looking good.
This is
Come
going to
on,
be the
Chloe.
next
Come
top
on,
on
Chloe.
Come on.
boulder 3.
Oh, no, she just fumbled. They put a blocker on that hold. They are mean, those route says. She can get that, definitely, if she can get back up there.
Women's 2 here with Aliana Ring from Switzerland. We've got quite a strong youth selection from the Swiss.
Really strong
Using-
showing from the Swiss team here.
Using this as a training
Making
event. Looks
that
like
look
she's caught
easy,
that
man.
hold. Back to the replay.
Replay of Chloe. See, they can see that blocker right there, and she just didn't quite catch it. It is a good hold, but
They just stop you coming down onto the hold. You've got to be so
which
accurate.
means you have
can't
to be
go
way more
high and drop
accurate. Yeah.
down.
Matt Cousins pulling back on.
Oh,
Close.
trying for the little double there from Matt. British bouldering champion Matt Cousins, 2016. He's definitely climbing well at the moment.
Looking strong.
Super psyched. He's been spending a lot of time with Alex Lamel down in London, training at Mile End Board, Mr. Levitator. Let's hope he can levitate a bit higher up this boulder. Come on, Matt.
I think levitation is pretty much the only way to get up this boulder, guys, to be honest. Those
Well, there's
holds
no
aren't
hold on
helping
it, is
anybody.
there?
Oh,
Nice. That is incredible.
Come on,
I don't
Matt.
know how they're making that work. Come on, Matt.
Cousins.
Come on.
Oh, close. Very close.
That was one of the closest we've seen.
Good
effort
that from
boulder.
And
Matt.
a very quick attempt. He climbed really quickly, which is what I think you need to do, especially when it's a bit warmer. You need to climb fast on these boulders.
Yeah, well, you're not going to be hanging around on those holds for too long, are
Nope.
you? You're not clipping, that's for sure.
No, you wouldn't want to be stopping.
So I've just
Seeing-
been looking at the results, guys, and it looks like Sean McCall currently can't get any higher than 3rd position. So a couple of people already in front of him. So yeah, there's a potential for
Makes
Sean
things
to drop right
interesting.
down the list here with Ned V, Halley, Rustam, Alex Magos, Jan Hoy, Aidan Roberts, and Jongwon Chon still in front
Wow,
of him.
it's a big list.
Sean McCall's in danger.
We're
I
seeing
think.
Ned struggle on the first boulder there. I think the heat is getting to him a little bit.
Jone Kruder then in the background looking seriously strong, the Slovenian. Come on,
High
Jone.
point for
High
Kruder.
point, yeah. Oh, wow.
So Matt Cousins pulled on for another burn then. The way he's hitting that as a double.
That is incredibly
contact
impressive.
strength.
Those,
Come on,
those
Matt.
holds aren't good. That left hand, as you can see, slipping off there. Looks warm out there.
I mean, you really have to think the conditions going to affect some of these holds. Like those
Chloe going
black
well
volumes.
again. Block 3. Drop the move into that slot earlier on. Let's see if she can make it happen this time.
Will be her last attempt. She's got 25 seconds left to go. Can she get that slot?
Yeah, she's got the slot. Much more controlled.
Come on.
Well held.
Yes.
Oh, we even heard a little scream of excitement there from Chloe.
Yeah, she'll be happy with that one. This is our first view of Melissa Lenev, somebody that you've competed against quite a lot in the World Cups this year.
Yes, for many years now. Melissa is a really strong climber and she's a lovely person too. And yeah, unfortunately she's retired from World Cups but is still competing at invitational events, so it's great to have her here.
Yeah, I was chatting to her yesterday and she was just all smiles about being here again and, and competing.
Great Rab replay there of that top hole. You know, you can really see
cool.
It's not even a jug, that hole.
It's not massive, no. Like, that was really great control from Chloe holding that. Melissa
so
giving
that. Gabby Moroni pulls on to men's number 2. We saw Matt Cousins making a good burn on that. Let's see what the Italian can do.
Wasted no time. Gabby straight on the wall.
Campaign then on men's number 1 is the Russian Rustam Gelmanov. This guy is an absolute machine. Rustam made 3 finals in 2016 and took away a World Cup win, so you know,
thank you, Rustam
out on this.
Just dropped the first move on the men's first ball then.
Maybe back to the back feet again for Rustam. Yeah. He'll not like those.
Oh, Melissa just missing the toe hook on women's too. See, these boulders, they're even difficult to get established on to start. You've got to get 4 points of contact on the tape. The taped hold. So yeah, Melissa just struggled. There you go, straight in there the second time.
So Melissa never been to multiple CWIFs before, absolutely loves it here at the Climbing Works, and let's see what she can do.
Very confident on that move.
Well seasoned competitor, and she knew exactly where that hold was.
Melissa never,
nice.
Totally cruising.
Solid.
Really looking forward to seeing her on the later boulders, see if we can see some more tops.
Definitely, I can't wait to see Melissa in that steep roof women's 4. I think it'll be a great show.
Rustam's really having a torrid time on that men's 1.
Not sure if you guys remember, but the CWIF last year, Rustam Gelmanov on that sort of triple dyno, to see a moment like that was incredible, and you know, I'd really love to see Rustam in the finals once again.
Quite possibly the moment of CWIF 2016.
Yeah. Gabby Moroni then on men's 2.
He's just gone straight to that third volume with the left hand from the starting position.
We thought that would be the tall man's way, but Gabby isn't one of the taller climbers, and he made that work for him.
Seems to fit perfectly well.
Tyler Landman on men's 4 here.
Now Tyler, the hold that he's got hold of, he's holding it in a different way to the guys before. Everybody else was holding it on the texture, and he's actually holding the back
crimping the back of the hold. That can't be a pleasant experience.
Horrible.
Oh, I'm really gritting my teeth just watching that.
It's making it work.
Straight back into the screw hole there.
See how grim that hold is. They're brushing it, but there's not really anything there to brush, to be honest. So
Gabri back on now.
Well, that's Manu Cornu there, the Frenchman. Got the bonus on number 3, but didn't get much higher than that. Gabri Moroni then. Oh, everybody's just hitting that bonus hold, the black volume there, the big round one, and just peeling off like there's nothing there.
Even though we've got a few tops now, these boulders don't seem to be getting that much easier for these guys at the top end.
Nope.
I think with the field like this, you know, it's, you know, we have an inferior 1 to 20th, but realistically the level is so similar.
Yeah. It's such a strong field, and as well when they were setting the boulders and I was helping out, it was a lot colder in here. Like, it's hard for the guys to know exactly where to pitch these.
Yeah, it's like the test should be done, you know, middle of the day, sun coming through the wall, and the heat.
Well, it was the middle of the day, and it was freezing cold in here. The weather's been changing so much. You're thinking, oh, an amazing attempt from Gabri there. If only there was time for another go.
called it a day. Stepped
He has.
out. Happy with his bonus.
Brusher's frantically getting in there to clean these holds.
Yeah, there's a lot of pinches, a lot of slopes, and a lot of volumes on this tour. There's no
Sure is.
sort of giveaway in cuts, and the conditions are so important, as we keep saying. You know, especially on these black volumes, it's just any slight sort of chalk build-up or heat build-up, you're out of there straight away.
Yeah.
So moving on with the next rotation then, Ned moves on to men's number 2, and starting his campaign, one and only Alex Magos.
Alex Magos out for boulder 1, and Hannah Midbow we see for the first time now onto boulder 2. See what Hannah can make of this.
Alex wasn't really sure whether he would be competing in this event at all after suffering from a finger injury, but he had a good round yesterday, and he says he's going to try his best to not push too hard, not risk his finger, but see what he can do out there on the mat.
So in the women's category, you can see that it's currently 2 tops to get you into the top 6. And Ned, he was firing up that boulder. But just,
Is that a flash up to the bonus there?
Yeah, flash to the bonus, and then just a foot slip, I think, that
you can see in the men's
him
top
down.
4 all have 1 top, which was the first boulder, and 0s pretty much after that. A few bonuses here and there, but not much action on boulders 2, 3 or 4. We do hope that's going to change later on, but yeah, it looks like 1 top in not many attempts is going to be what's required to get through to the finals in the men's.
We still do have a couple of strong
Hannah crushing
climbers.
that move then. She's just almost static, that jump.
Easy.
Great work from Hannah Mitbo then.
She wants to see
another top on women's number 2.
She wants to be in that final, doesn't she? They will be fighting. There's only 6 spots.
Well, it seems to run in the family for her and her brother, so both very, very strong climbers.
That was a good effort there.
Jenny Kruger.
Brilliant effort.
Very high on boulder 4 then.
So Ned's high again in the middle of the wall. Come on, Ned.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as someone nails men's 3 or 4, it's really going to put the cat amongst the pigeons and change the competition.
Matt Cousins there on men's 3. Just firing off.
That left hand that he's going to, it's almost like a massive piece of screw on paint, really. There's just nothing there.
There's very little on that hold.
It's a very slopey sloper on an overhanging wall.
Yeah, that's what's needed to try and challenge these boys, though, isn't it? It's a fine line between possible and impossible. It's a great shot here of Alex on men's 1 and Yulia Kruder about to pull on women's 1.
Alex Magos, not really a competition climber per se, but has climbed V15 outdoors, so it's not exactly weak on the boulders. Yeah, this guy's
And
climbed
previous
pretty much
CWIF
everything.
champion.
Yeah. CWIF, that would have been 2015 CWIF champion.
I believe
Alex
so,
Magos.
yeah, and there's a brilliant shot of him with more emotion than I think a human can even contain on his face, screaming with joy after topping one of the boulders, and says he's not a comp climber, but clearly you can see he wants it.
It's not exactly weak either.
Yeah, I think he's one of these people that just love climbing, though, doesn't he? You know, he just loves the scene, loves the
he
people, loves the
absolutely loves
banter.
it, and loves training too.
Yeah.
It's great to see someone put so much effort in and reap the rewards.
I mean, he is a previous CWIF champion, but currently struggling on men's number 1, and we do know pretty much you're going to have to do men's number 1 to make it through to finals. So
Quite
minute
possibly.
40 left for Magos to make something happen here. Come on, Alex. German rock climbing superstar. Peeling
Foot
off.
slip
Yeah,
there.
slippage.
Everyone taking a rest at the minute. I think it's getting warm out there. The climbers are having a flipping hard time.
I mean, it's interesting this, Gaz, because we're talking about the conditions, and what we mean is realistically it's the temperature. You know, the guys started at 12 o'clock. The sun has been beaming on the climbing works here for the last, it's nearly an hour and a half now. So do you think that's going to, affect the climbers later on?
Yeah, I mean, for sure it's going to affect the climbers. The holds are getting chalkier and chalkier, so the friction's going to get hidden. The crowds are just pumping out that heat, and the sun's shining through the window. A little smile from Ned there. Get away, I'm concentrating.
He's not a fan of the camera, Ned.
No, come on, Ned.
Lanking his
He's a
way
fan
through
of the
start
climbing,
that
though.
boulder.
Let's see it. Come on, Ned. Yes.
So strong. Oh.
got a cheeky little toe clamp there on
Did he?
that
Was
left
looking
foot. His
totally
left foot on the
solid
top,
throughout that
right
middle
foot underneath.
section.
Yeah, really stable. And then we haven't seen anyone match that next hold on that problem.
I don't believe we've seen Alex Magos get the bonus on men's one.
Yeah.
Not to say he won't do all the other boulders.
Well,
Yeah,
he's got
it is
20,
Alex Magos
just
after all.
Under 15 seconds realistically to make this happen. Magos is in trouble.
Ned's getting on for a quick
I'm predicting Magos will climb 4 though. Men's 4.
Men's 4, okay.
I
He'll
thought
climb
it said
the
4
slam.
boulders. He's not got much time left.
He's not going to do 4 boulders, no, not today.
It's out of time. Looks solid then as well. Leah Crane about to start on women's 2. Don't think we've seen any tops on women's 1, so it is.
Women's 1
Seems
is
to be all
definitely
about
proving
women's
hard.
2 and
Yeah.
3 currently. Is where we're seeing the tops.
Leah's putting a bit of time in, prepping that big sloping hold there. It looks like a big hold. It is a big hold, but it's definitely not a good hold. I think Leah will read this quite well, and it'll play to her flexibility, this first move.
She's got great competition experience. Leah's my training partner. We train for the World Cups together. So yeah, so you can see her there, seeing that toe hook straight off. Just a case of getting it in first time.
Checking it out, checking the feel of it. Because you're not going to see it, you're only going to feel it when your right toe hits it. Let's see what she does. Come on, Leah.
So Jan Hoyer then on men's number 1 makes short work of that. This guy's such a beast, and he just came out and annihilated men's 1 like it was a bunch of jugs. And it was awesome to start competition like that for Jan. Let's see what he can do later on. Maybe we can see more tops on boulders 2, 3 and 4. But Leah Crane then super solid on her first attempt. Come on, Leah.
Oh, she just missed it. Like we've seen quite a few of the other climbers do, but she needs to get this boulder.
Melissa high on boulder 3 now.
Solid, looking
Cruising.
super strong.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Melissa, I know it's so strong.
Strong on there, boulder 3 for Melissa.
Brilliant work.
Crowd going wild then for Gabriella Moroni in the background there. The Italian he's having a good campaign so far.
And a replay of Melissa Leneve. Just making that look so easy.
She's looking savagely
Casual.
strong.
Well, she is. She's been climbing in Fontainebleau. It's basically where she lives, hometown nowadays, and she's been out on the rock a lot. And recently just climbed 8B plus.
I know. So exciting. Absolutely amazing achievement.
Didn't see the 159 show. Leah Crane there, my co-host, now in the semi-finals. So one job straight to another. Leah is pretty much a professional climber, so this is what counts for her. We really want to see Leah progress. She's done so well at so many QIFs over the years. It'd be great to see a Brit through to the final. As we just saw Manu Cornu, the Frenchman there, just peeling off, nearly taking his chin down the volume in the process.
Great shot of women's 4 here as well. I think it's Andrea Cumin we've got on women's 4, finding that knee bar.
Working that knee bar in.
Struggling to make it stick.
Yeah, not quite getting it to do the job. Back on 2 with Leah. So easy to put that toe hook on for Leah. It's amazing.
Looking solid there.
Yeah.
Really cool move here from the root setters. I really like this.
Amazing, yeah.
Such good tension. Come on, Leah.
Needs this.
Yes.
Solid, that's
Come on, Leah.
No issues, second time for Leah Crane. Can she finish it? Come on. Yeah.
great
Top for Leah.
tactics there from Leah as well. She took a big rest to make sure she was totally fresh for a second attempt to get that boulder done.
Yeah, she's a seasoned professional, Leah. Been climbing and competing for a long time. Finishing hold with the left hand.
That
Get
one
the
top
clamp
and
in.
2 attempts has bumped her up to 7th place currently as well.
Solid.
just hear in the background the compere just saying how hard everything is, and Percy Bishopton's on the microphone and is the head route setter, I believe. So, yeah, pressure's on for the route setters here.
It really
Trying to
is.
get a result out of this semi-finals. The women's is looking good so far. 2 tops is kind of top couple of spots so far. But out in the women's campaign, this girl is super experienced as well. Really weren't, but Rustam Gelmanov now. Men's 2, we called it earlier. Come on, Rustam.
Rustam's on a crimp. He's a happy man.
Not over yet, though.
Let's see
It's
what he's
not
going to do
over.
with his sloper there with his left hand.
Come on, Rustam. Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh my goodness! That was incredible.
Rustam Gelmanov.
Who needs the big sloper? I'll just
If
go
in
straight
doubt,
Is that
myself.
level?
Incredible moment
Crimps
there
jug.
for Rustam. We mentioned it earlier, how he's awesome on the crimps, and once he got that right hand, he got it into the clamp mode, and that was never coming off. Decided to go again. Look at the smile on his face.
Awesome
Great
replay
moment.
there.
That little tuck down was amazing. Head down, I'm going to the top.
Oh, I do believe that is our first top we've seen on men's number 2, so competition's hotting up now. So the top GB qualifier in the men's, Aidan Roberts, 18-year-old.
And the top
Total
female
beast.
qualifier for GB as well out on Boulder 1, Michaela Tracy. The top 3 women we've got come out. We've just got Julie Worm, didn't get anywhere on the slab. Michaela Tracy, let's keep fingers crossed she'll get to the top.
Could see our first women's Boulder 1 top.
We want to see that.
Can Alex Magos follow Rustam?
Shauna, do you know what the issue was with Alex? We were talking about an injury. He didn't really seem to be carrying anything obvious there. What's
It's a finger injury, which I believe is on his left hand. I'm not entirely sure. I think we'll be able to see. He should have it taped up. If it is his left hand, then he should be able to, all right, crimping on the right hand holds through here. But if not, I think he might even walk away from it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's good that he wants to carry on, but he's got to watch it.
He just loves climbing so much. You can't stay off the wall.
Aidan Robertson in the men's, struggling on men's number 1 currently, as we go back to Magos, who's again not happy. But we've just seen Rustam go through that section, and he likely would have heard the crowd go nuts for Rustam on that.
Yeah.
So pressure's on.
Everyone in this room knows Rustam just got to the top of that boulder. I think yeah, it's not possible to block this crowd out. They are just too loud.
And what's good here is the crowd is right up right up to the edge of the mats. It's really intense.
Incredibly like an intimate competition. They're right there. You can hear them. They really get behind you, and they're so knowledgeable, like you were saying earlier. Alex struggling with his foot there. His right foot just keeps seeming to slip off.
Such a bad foothold that
It
on
really
that nose
is.
that we were speaking about earlier on. Really struggling on it.
Yulia Kruder sticking women's 2 as well there, F2.
Yeah, I think that's the first time she's got to the bonus. She was struggling with that first move. She's one of the
Making
taller
that
climbers
look
in the
easy
field.
there. And Hannah Mitbo's making great progress on men's 3 there, and Alex Megas up on men's 2. Ooh, opting for
Close but no cigar, but in the background, Hannah Mitbo looking
Women's
seriously strong
3.
here. She can get a top. Can she stick the final hole? Come on.
Come on, Hannah.
Yes.
Super
So
strong, but it's
strong.
not a jug.
Hannah climbing well there.
We're seeing some more tops now. Matt Cousins, right on the far right, is getting high on the slab. That's the first
Matt
stop
Cousins.
we've seen. He is happy.
Super. That is one happy man.
Awesome job
That-
there for Matt.
First top on Boulder 4 there for Matt.
That really could see him a spot in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's going to be really interesting. It's going to come down to attempts. Did he top Boulder 1? We're going to have a look at the results. So I believe 1 top in 2 attempts for Matt, so he's currently sitting around 3rd position, we believe. So, yeah, 1 top in 3.
Very
is it gonna be
exciting.
enough for Matt?
Could
After
be a
we've seen lot of
one-top
flashes.
final.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting.
Either way, it's an incredible achievement being the first person in that field to top a boulder.
Yeah, he left all his skills to the last boulder.
Yeah.
and,
Save
that's
them
gonna
up.
be really close.
It could pay off though.
Yeah,
Could
we've
pay off.
got other climbers. with
That
1 top
shows
in 3
why he's
attempts, so-
British champion as well, because he is good on all styles. And to be able to pull that out at the end and still climb a slab, still have the confidence to be relaxed on that style of climbing, amazing.
See Aidan Roberts here. It looks like he's suffering in the heat. Those holds will be warm now. That first boulder. Although Jan Hoyer came out and totally breezed it, didn't he?
just as we have another look at Magos saying, oh, he was really close to that. Just going back to what we're saying about Matt there, I do believe he did that in 2 attempts, so that currently puts him in 3rd position, and it knocks Sean McCall close to the edge, currently sitting in 5th, we believe. So,
and it seems like a year ago since Sean was climbing. That's amazing.
It's been a very packed morning, hasn't it? Or afternoon.
Back in with Alex. Alex has made some good progress on this now. Still struggling with that foothold though again.
That doesn't look very happy out there on men's 3.
I'll change. So we've got the last of the qualifiers now coming out onto the boulders.
So in the men's category we got Jongwon Chung, the Korean young man, currently world ranked 4th. He was the only guy to top all 30 boulders in qualifying, so this guy,
not a bad effort.
So strong, and he was a little bit above the rest of the field realistically yesterday, 20 points more than anybody else. So Jongwon Chung, the Korean, is really the man to watch here tonight, I think.
And for the ladies, we've got Petra Klinger coming out onto block 1 on the slab, on the unclimbed women's slab.
Yeah, and
we've got really good to see her top there.
Right now we've got Melissa Leneve on women's boulder 4, which hasn't seen a top yet. And if she figures this sequence out, I think we might see her at the top. Oh, Jongwon Chung making that look like a walk in the park.
Yeah. that was amazing.
So good.
And he knows it. He knows it.
I like the tape there as well, that's pretty jazzy.
Makes him look a bit like RoboCop.
He climbs like RoboCop.
He sure does.
Can't fall off.
You were making this look easy too. Can she stick this hold? Oh, she just misses it there.
So in the women's category, we've currently got Melissa taking the top spot. Solsar, Julia Worm, Hannah Mitbo, behind her. So it's 2 tops in 3 currently taking the lead in the women's.
Melissa making good progress on women's 4. She hasn't seen the spin, but she doesn't need it.
Yeah, Melissa on women's 4 then so strong, doesn't even need the spin. She's on to the good holds now, come on.
Oh, she does need the spin.
Yeah, spoke too soon. She's having a good time though.
Oh, Leah Crane as well, making great progress. She hasn't read this sequence the way we anticipated people would climb it, but she didn't need to.
She's got the
her
own
own
way. She's looking happy. Come on,
she
Leah.
needs this to make it to the final. She needs to be in with a chance of making it. She needs this.
Come on, Leah.
Oh, Leah!
Oh, she seems to just rush it a little bit there into that slot. Yeah.
Here we go then with Jan Hoyer, the
Deep
big
breath.
German, on men's number 2.
Oh, that looked
man. This
almost
guy
too casual as well.
A lot of people getting quite close to some boulders on this this
It
round.
is heating up now. We're seeing more tops as the stronger or the higher ranked climbers come out.
We're going to have another Rab
Replay of
then.
this.
Remember guys, you can
She'll be
retweet
kicking
these
herself.
to get a chance to win some Rab prize, and just so close, just fingers, just that little letterbox hole is so frustrating.
She just didn't seem to get stood up into that undercut until she went for the
Went
hole.
a bit too fast, didn't she?
I
Yeah,
think
just
so.
rushed it a little bit. Almost got a bit overexcited. I would love to see Leah in the final later on. Well,
Wouldn't we all?
she's definitely got another go in her. That first move is tricky.
So Jan Hoyer's already in a good position, having cruised the first boulder, currently sitting pretty with 1 top in 1 attempt. So, he's already doing well, and he's looking
like he
really
knows
close.
he's
We've
having
seen it's possible, this boulder now, so
Absolutely insane.
I don't know where she came from then, but suddenly she was on the volume.
Just flew out the roof.
Brilliant.
Come on, Melissa.
I think we'll be seeing her later on. She can turn that hand. She needs to get it as an undercut ideally, but she's got that right foot up. Yes, that's the way.
Come on.
That's what we want to see.
Come on, flip it and
That's
stand.
the way.
Melissa.
Swap
Come on.
feet back and stab up and left.
Come on,
up and
Melissa.
left.
Crowd's going nuts here for Melissa. They want to see her top.
She's so cheeky. She's having a laugh with the crowd.
Come on. See the right hand spin.
Oh,
out
Just
man.
couldn't turn that into an undercut.
So she needed to have that as an undercut there and just kind of pounce up and left from where she was onto the edge of the volume. She don't need to go all the way back on that left volume. There's a good bit on the edge. But it's not an easy
Big
move after
wide
all that
pinch,
climbing.
undercut by the looks of it.
And she's doing the most crazy moves through the roof there.
See Jan Hoyer's span here on men's 2. He just went from the starting left hand all the way up to the right hand. Incredible. This guy's around 6'2".
Oh.
And he's super strong to go with it.
I think he's about 6'2". He's a tall guy.
Yeah, he's absolutely massive. But you know, obviously it means he's got an extra weight over someone like Jong Won Chon, especially. But
Leah making women's 3. The first move looked totally casual there.
Gone for a different sequence now.
This is the way
Missing
we
a match
intended,
out.
but you need to get that heel in.
Yeah, match, and then heel to the boulder.
That could cost her. She's currently sitting in 7th place.
Melissa in the background there looks like needs a trip to the hospital. She's working so hard. She's absolutely flat out on her back. She calls it a day. That ends her campaign. But you know, realistically, she's sitting in 1st place, and that should, you know, it's going to be enough.
It's not going to change.
We'll be seeing Melissa later.
Might change a little bit, but we'll see her in the final.
Yeah.
And she's always a good
Michaela
one to
Tracy
watch.
lining up with the brush. Boulder 2. Don't think she made too much headway on Boulder 1. We've not really seen any action on Boulder 1 today. It's been a hard baptism of fire for the semi-final for the ladies. But let's hope she can do well on this block 2. Very experienced climber. She had a really good result in Munich a few years ago. She was in the finals with yourself, Shauna.
She made finals at the World Championships in Munich, and it was great to have a fellow Brit competing out there. And yeah, she's had a good season last year, and she's been training really hard this off-season. We've trained a little bit together here in Sheffield, and yeah, she definitely showed her experience here yesterday in the qualifiers.
Yeah, another
Seeing
local
Ned
girl. This
struggle
is
on
her
the
local wall,
M4.
so yeah. Let's see what she can do on this Boulder 2.
Yulia high on women's 3, just latching that blocked hold
It's
there
going
and
to be a
going for the
top for
last
Yulia
move.
Kruder.
Yeah.
Match it.
Nice.
Yes.
Great attempt there for Yulia Kruder.
Yeah, Yulia Kruder's looking really good here actually.
She-
So far so good. 2 tops in 4 attempts. She's doing really well.
Michaela Tracy on women's 2.
I think she's only just pulled on, and we've already seen a woman top out on another boulder.
Taking her
Come
time. Oh,
Just off the right-hand side of that hold again, like we've been talking about. It's a blind jump to that hold.
it really is. You want to know exactly where it is.
3 minutes 10 left for Michaela, though, so plenty of time yet.
Great to hear from you guys. #CWIF. Like to hear what's happening. It's good to see you in touch and watching. Hope you're enjoying the show. The action here is so intense, and to be honest, the view at home is probably better than one you can get at the climbing works. It's people climbing on each other's
Come on,
shoulders.
Michaela. Yes,
Way better.
made solid work then, second go.
Michaela, no problems now then. Easy top, so composed.
Yeah, secures the top. Good effort from Michaela. Little wave to the crowd. She'll be happy with that.
Ned pretty much sums up men's
Yeah.
4 there.
Oh,
To the
yeah.
camera.
In disgust.
Aidan Roberts, young 18-year-old Brit on men's 2. We have seen that boulder done by the one and only Rustam, the Russian, but nobody else really has got anywhere off that bonus hold. So yeah, Rustam is on a league of his own on that block. First time we've had a real good look at the start of men's number 3, Alex Magos.
Oh, it looks so hard.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at the boulders earlier. We said this looked like the hardest one in the men's. I mean, they're all obviously super hard. We've not many tops so far, but yeah, no one really getting much action
No.
on the bottom of men's number 3.
We saw Yone Kruder get quite high up there, but
Pulling into that undercut looks so powerful.
Yeah. It's such a steep section of wall, really bad footholds, and the thumb catch is just a shiny piece of plastic. It's not a dual texture, it's just a no texture.
I don't even think we can call it a hold.
Just some screws with some red paint on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
red
think that
paint,
would
screw on
be
paint.
better, to be honest.
All the focus back on men's 4 now with Ned.
Teetering
This
around.
should be up his street, I
I think he'll just be too warm, if I'm honest. He doesn't like the heat.
Maybe if it was -10, he'd be well happy
Yeah.
on this boulder,
I
but
think his optimum conditions are sub-zero, so yeah, it's pretty toasty in here.
yeah.
Great showing though, considering he retired from competitions a few years ago.
Well, that just shows what the QWIF's all about, really, doesn't it? It brings everyone out of the woodwork, I think, really.
Even you had a go at qualifiers yesterday,
Yeah,
guys.
I had a dabble out there yesterday. It was
They're getting the bonus there, but with his wrong hand.
certainly is good fun climbing with all these guys. So he's made the bonus on 4. He's got 37 seconds to get to the top. We've seen a top on it already by a British climber, the only top of the day.
Yeah, Matt Cousins, that top did actually put him in finals contention, currently sitting in
Ned
4th.
he does want his hand facing the other way. He wants to be crimping that tiny little one, not using it for his thumb. There we go. We can see him
Come on,
turning
Ned.
it.
Come on, Ned.
Great progress there from Ned. Can he get up and over that foot?
Bad
I think we
foot
might.
now, yeah. Really bad
I'm
foot.
not sure he's going to have enough friction to stay on the wall
Or
there.
enough time.
Out of time.
Valiant effort there from Ned. It's been
Unfortunately,
really
we
good
won't
to see
see
him
him
climbing
next.
this weekend.
Yeah, we won't see him in the finals, unfortunately.
I'm not sure he was expecting to be in the finals
he was
later on. I think he was
shocked
quite surprised to be in the semi-final, but yeah.
So women's 2, we've got the world boulders champion from Paris last year.
And we sure have. And Petra, my favourite moment from watching the World Championships is when Petra did this brilliant move catching a toe hook. So it'd be great to see her on this.
I watched that a few days ago and that was an amazing
it's
moment.
Quite possibly my favourite sporting moment of all time. I was sad to be sat there watching and not be competing myself, but it
Men's
was
3,
incredible.
Jongwon Chon just on cruise mode at the
Cruising.
moment. Let's have a look. Oh my God.
There he's on.
Guys in a different league.
Is this going to be a flash?
Come on, John.
Oh,
Look at this guy. It's like he's on 2 jugs up there. Come on. Can we see another top? We saw Rustam here earlier. He went left hand. Oh, John just dropped
It's
into it.
robotic! Yes, there it is!
absolute class.
Perfect timing with Petra.
Yeah. Double top there.
Double
Looks like we're going to have a
top.
third top over on women's 3.
Julie Worm.
And
she
you're
finishes.
the one! What?
Brilliant.
This is what it's about.
We've just hit fever pitch here at the Climbing Works. We can
And
barely
this
hear
is
each
why
other.
those boulders are so hard.
It's just come a little bit more alive in that last minute or so. Like 3 tops. Boom, boom, boom. Amazing.
Well, that was exciting.
Yeah.
Hard to recover from a moment like that, but now Rustam has to keep himself composed, even with all the noise around him. He's looking good for a final position already, but can he do anything on number 4?
The master crimper even struggling to pull on these holds. He's found a bit of edge on the volume there by the looks of it, for that left hand.
Looks like he's opting to hold the volume instead of the hold.
Instead of the hold. Yeah, that tells you how bad that hold is.
So as we look at Rustam, we just reflect back on Jongwon Chon's effort there. He's secured first position in the semi-finals already, so he's only done 2 boulders out of 4,
Yeah.
and he's already sitting pretty in first place. That cannot change, so yeah.
What do you
good
think
effort.
then? Do you think he's going to do 4?
4, I would love to see 4. That would be absolutely
I think
amazing.
everybody
I
would
think
love
we
to
might
see
see
4.
that, you know.
Yeah.
We know it's possible. We watched Matt climb it earlier.
Three men's boulders topped up to now. Men's 3 unclimbed. So that's going to be the challenge.
We've also not seen a top on women's 1 or women's 4 yet. These boulders are so hard.
Yeah. I think he's been on this boulder for 2 minutes now.
Taking his time.
Thankfully he's taking his shot back.
I mean, this guy is the master of the small hold, so what can he do? We haven't seen anybody other than Matt Cousins, the Brit, get up this block. Come on. Come on, Rustam.
You used to really trust that foot and get over there.
that
not
that
quite.
left foot is so
He
bad.
hasn't got enough time to spend that long on his next go. Leah's not quite figuring out the beater there.
Realistically, Leah needs this.
With to be in with any
Yeah,
chance.
she's
Yeah.
currently sitting with 1 top in 2 attempts. You need 2 tops in around 6 currently to get into 6th place into the finals. And 6
Yeah,
to
and
go through.
annoyingly this boulder's quite a long boulder. It takes quite a bit of time to climb through that roof.
Yeah, and we've not really seen any action at the top of the women's 4. We've seen a couple of guys like Melissa really close on women's 4, but yeah, Leah's really going to have to pull out one of the climbs of her life to get through to finals here.
See Rustam pulling back on men's 4 here.
He's going to need to move a little bit quicker.
Foot slip. It's getting busier and busier in here. There are people hanging off the walls all over the place, just trying to get a glimpse of this final.
The crowd's massive, and we're not even at the final yet.
Yeah,
we've almost got a bigger crowd around the TV than we have.
Yeah, I think we need to knock some of these walls down and create some more space, eh? Leah back on, problem 4. 36 seconds.
Looking tired on there. That is a burly boulder. Rustam having a little time check as he's wiggling his way along. Oh. Doesn't look happy with that. The current women's standings is not far off a World Cup final.
Yeah, definitely. So currently having a look at the results then, Chon in first, 2 bowlers down, Piclaroo, the Italian, in second, Jan Hoyer about to come out on his last bowler in third, Matt Cousins, the only Brit, currently sitting in a final spot in fourth, Jerne Kruger in fifth, and Sean McCall clinging on in sixth place.
Cousins looking good at the moment with that placing.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing him in the final later on.
So Dave
Great
Barron's
representation
unfortunately is going to miss out in seventh place, which is a real shame, but yeah, I mean, with such a strong field, it's just so hard to get through.
Yeah, with Cousins looking at that, we've only got Jan Hoyer who's still actually out there to climb on men's 4, so he's looking pretty strong at the minute.
And we've currently got 3 British guys, 4 British guys in the top 10.
Yeah. If that's any consolation prizes in this field, I think
Michaela
that's a pretty decent.
Just started off on women's 3, nailed
Amazing.
That trick move at the start straight away.
I think she needs this, and she needs to do it quickly.
And this is a bowler that's getting done, so
she'll know
just missed out that second sloper there, straight into that shoulder. Looking strong.
Michaela. Yeah, realistically, like you say, Shawnee, you called it. This has got to go down realistically. 2 tops is
nice.
Takes at the moment.
She needs to do this.
She's looking good. She looks solid there. There it is.
Good work there. Skipped the bonus and went straight to the top.
She knows it. Yeah.
Michaela's one of those athletes. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and that will mean so much for her to make finals. And
yeah, she's psyched.
She's so good to watch.
Migos in Ming corner.
Ming corner.
And you're out of there.
Slight foot slip and you're just off.
He was looking good then, looking solid.
It's incredible. You look at the results, it's just a lot of zeros.
There are a lot of zeros.
Put a really stern challenge out there for the roots.
I mean, we've got Ned Feely sitting in 9th place with no tops.
Yeah.
3 bonuses.
An absolutely savage round, and it's bonuses currently getting you in the
Replayed
top
Michaela
10.
there. Happy. Yes.
I've competed alongside Michaela many, many times, and you know when she's had a good one, or a bad one for that point as well. Yeah, you can hear her. You sat back in ISO and you hear it.
Migos back on number 4. He was really fast up to that bonus on the first go. About 30 seconds to get there. Let's see what he can do. He's looking comfortable.
Looking really solid on that start there, and here's the women's results.
Yeah, Melissa currently at the top, 2 tops in 3. Yulia Worm also 2 tops in 3, but hasn't had a go on the last boulder yet. Michaela Tracy, the Brit, that top fired her into third position. Slovenian Julia Kruder doing really well. Solsar, the Korean, and Norwegian finishing off the pack. So it's a high chance that may be the women's finals list. But Alex Migos now, one of only 2 climbers to get this far, looks like he's going to get a top. Realistically, it's not going to get him into finals, but it's really cool to see an awesome athlete like Alex
looks like
making a top.
Migos is in on block 4. Match the hold. Wave to the crowd.
Consolation prize there for Alex Migos, proving he's got it. Oh, that's really interesting. Sean has just pointed out on the results.
That does bump him up to 5th place currently.
I'm really sorry. I thought that wasn't enough, but looking at the results, it could
replay of Migos again.
Because Chong's already up there.
Yeah, really good point.
So
it's so tight here.
We could see him in finals. That could have just bumped Sean McCall out.
Sean McCall could be seen leaving the building. Yeah, in the women's category then, Petra Klinger still got plenty of boulders under about 2 boulders left. got potential to still go away in the top spot.
So just looking at the results there, she topped boulder 1. Only woman to do so. Petra Klinger topped the boulder 1.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Well, she isn't world champion for nothing.
Yeah,
Very true.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, so currently as it stands, obviously these are provisional results, but Megos drops into 5th place, knocking Kruder down to 6th and Sean McCall out of the game in 7th. That is a real surprise. Megos has knocked out the current CWIF champion. One
Aidan
big gun
Roberts.
scalps another.
Still to see some real action on that boulder 3 for the men. Lots of action. Boulder 4 for the women with Julia Kruder in the corner.
Kruder, she's looking a bit powered out in there. It's a very bicepy, very pinchy boulder.
Burly start to that boulder.
Realistically though, she won't know yet, but Kruder's done really well, and she's a really good chance of making it through to the finals.
Yeah.
5th or 6th position potentially for Kruder.
Let's see what Petra's going to do on female 3. Quick brush of the holds. I'm sure she understands what she needs to do for this first move. And the men now. John Wong on boulder 3. This boulder, we've seen very little action here.
Will we see a top?
Come on,
what's going to happen?
It would be incredible.
Come on, John, we want to see a top. This guy is currently in a different planet to everybody else. Come
All
on.
eyes on John
Foot
Wong.
high, drop knee. Wow. Bonus.
Come on.
Solid.
Come on, man.
Solid so far. Come on, man.
There is just nothing up there.
What is that hole?
What is it?
You can see Petra Klinger here with some heavy strapping on the left knee, but looking really solid. Shauna, tell us a little bit more about that. Is that just precautionary or is that an injury?
Yeah, so Petra hurt her knee whilst climbing in an Ice World Cup. So she is the definition of an all-round climber. She leads, speed, boulder, ice climbing, absolutely everything, and solid there. The left knee was injured, and she said some days it feels bad, some days it feels good, and it's a bit precautionary, the knee brace, but yeah, she's had a bit of massage up at my house actually.
3 tops now for Petra there.
Yeah, first lady to get 3 tops, she's in.
Cruise mode.
Question about it.
She's looking really good for the season ahead.
Jan Hoyer, also a man into the final. He's still fighting his campaign on the 4th boulder, but he's also through.
Steady.
Guaranteed.
No foot pop from Petra there either, just so solid with that foot there. Yeah, you can see she can jump down off the boulders all right. It is a bit risky with the knee, but she's happy with it. So
I think it's always hard when you've picked up an injury and then you're competing on it, and it's good, but in the mind it just affects you a little bit.
You want to be careful of it, don't you?
You want to hold back a little bit.
You can see Eula's competition expertise here. She figured out that beater right away, but just didn't quite stay on. I think a little foot slip maybe.
Another one of the field who's come to this event just for fun because she enjoys competing, but has actually retired from international events.
We did see Jan just try and cheat his way up the groove on men's 4. He grabbed the foothold and was on his way up there and had a little foot slip, but he looks like he's pushing the
I want to see him go
side
up
of the
that corner.
volume. See it again.
That was what I spied when I looked at that
He
boulder
is trying to be very cheeky to the route setters there. John
And
Wong.
we want to see this as well. We want to see this boulder top. This is definitely the hardest boulder of the semi-final for the men.
I wonder if we need a toe hook there or...
Just looking at the men's results, it's pretty much set top 5, but in theory, Aidan Roberts can still make the final. He's done absolutely nothing so far in this final, but if he comes out and cruises...
Oh my goodness me! Oh yeah.
So close to going up the corner there.
Yeah, just going back what to say, Aidan Roberts can in theory still make finals. He can come 4th still, so yeah, it's really tight still in the men's. It's not over.
Aidan could do quite well on boulder 4. I mean, he's a climber that climbs on rock a lot and balance,
really
slabs, technical climbing.
Impressive climber, and we could see him top it, I think. But I mean, out there, there's so much pressure. It's hot. You've done a lot of climbing up to now to get to this point.
That really would be a swoop on the last boulder. Come in. That would.
Sure would, like we saw with Matt.
Yeah, we've seen it already with Matt, and we've seen a couple of tops on that boulder, so it's definitely possible. With a bit of action back in the corner. What's happening? Is he going to do it?
Oh, he's being so cheeky. I think Jan knows he's in that final already because he's being very cheeky.
So on this next rotation, if Aidan Roberts does the boulder in 3 attempts, well no, it would have to be 2 attempts to get him through. So all to play for Aidan Roberts. He probably doesn't know that. He probably thinks his race is run, but it can still be done. Chon Won-John is fighting still out there, but I mean, he doesn't really need to. He's absolutely guaranteed a finals place, but he wants to show the crowd why he is such a beast.
I think he wants to show the crowd. Whoa! Trying absolutely everything he can out there, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a really solid attempt there. It's really showing his quality on that boulder. Sadly, it's not been topped, but you know, it's a fine line. What's possible and what's not possible in these events.
So then in the men's category, it's going to be all eyes on Aidan Roberts to see if he can make himself push for the finals. But first, second, third in the men's is already confirmed. Chon, Pickleroo and Hoyer. Cousin sitting in 4th. Magos swooped in on the last boulder to get 5th, and Jerne Kruder currently sitting in 6th, and he is in danger here if Roberts somehow floats his way up this impossible slab.
And Sean McCall, previous QIF champion, or current QIF champion, in 7th place.
So in the women's, it's currently Petra Klingler with 3 tops and 11, and then it's down to 2 tops after that, and bonuses, it's Melissa Leneve. Yuli Worm, Michaela Tracy, who's just about to start her last boulder, can potentially push herself into 1st place, and Sol Sar clinging on in 6th. Those guys are pretty much set.
Michaela taking a bit of time to go through the sequence on this boulder. I think this is possible for Michaela.
Totally, yeah, I really think she can do this. If she figures it out, then I definitely think we could see a top here.
Okay, Michaela, come on.
It's just very tricky to figure out what to do.
She might not love this knee bar though without trousers on.
Although maybe it'll feel totally solid without the trousers.
Maybe it'll feel good, yeah. Maybe only once.
Might sting in the shower later on though.
Gone with the right hand. Hopefully this will lead her into the spin.
She's not gone for the pivot here. She's not spinning. Stay in front arm. She could power her way through this, so like we saw Melissa do earlier. No, it is so much easier if you just rotate towards the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's incredibly hard to see what to do there.
I think Aidan's just lost one of his fingers on that boulder 4. Seems to get around that black volume's slightly awkwardly placed on those footholds. The triangles are quite big feet, but to actually get your body around the volume, quite hard.
It really is. It's very, very tricky indeed. It's all in the hips.
So Aidan has had 1 attempt so far. If he does it in the next one and tops it, he'll make it through to the finals. If he doesn't, then yeah, he's currently sitting way down. So yeah, Roberts has still got it all to play. He's currently sitting in 19th. It'd be incredible to see him go 19th to 6th.
And this really shows how much focus you need all the way through the competition, because that can just change everything. If he tops that 4th boulder, he'll go from 19th into the final.
And he's one of the highest qualifiers. He's one of the top qualifiers that we have out there.
Come on, Aidan.
This guy needs to pull the rabbit out of the hat. Come on, Aidan Roberts, this is it. 2 minutes 24.
See his face on that
all
volume.
The eyes in the house are on Aidan Roberts at this moment.
I got a good.
No, it's not meant to be.
Oh, he's not happy with the skin on there.
Very sore finger and not any tops realistically.
You can't finish.
Time,
you can't finish QIF with all your skin. If you do, you've not tried hard enough.
Block 1 starts out on those dual texture bad feet, and block 4 finishes on dual texture bad hands. Climbers back on. Michaela on block 4, Aidan Roberts on block 4, both Team GB members. Let's see what Michaela can do this time.
This is our penultimate pair here in the semi-finalists. The results are pretty much known, but it's these guys, they're still fighting. Michaela's doing really well, currently sitting in 4th.
Not seen the beater on this final one though.
I think those holds are just so bad, they just don't feel like they can cut loose and spin round.
But you don't need to cut loose, you can keep your feet on the whole time. It's just you've got to be able to read it, and yeah, you don't actually need to cut loose. And honestly, it is easier if you get that pivot. doing
a
it front
spin
on
round
is
into
so
some
much
toe
harder.
hooks wouldn't be the quiff without it, would it?
It would not, yeah. And I mean, it's really interesting to see Sassol come out and read that straight away. She knew exactly what to do, and Michaela's just not quite figured it out here. We could see her go to the top if she does get it, though.
Yeah, I think we can. Aiden's located the screw hole. It's definitely not a big hold.
Most important hold on the boulder.
And
screw hole.
you can see here as well, they've actually taped around the edge of the boulder because you could get your nails behind originally, and it made it a lot easier. So they put some tape on, but those screw holes are fair game.
Yeah,
They're
you could get
all
your
to
fingers
play
in the
for,
back of the
yeah.
volume, couldn't you? That's the first time he's made it round that volume, so let's see what he can do. Michaela back on 4.
Getting that knee bar solid. Now from here, if she matches left foot to right foot, she can get a spin all the way
Spin
around.
round.
But she's not. She's looking good though.
Come on, Michaela. Michaela obviously doesn't know that she's most likely done enough to get through, but she's still going to fight. 5 seconds, absolutely no idea.
Totally
but it's
confused.
Oh, she just didn't quite see it. She looks happy. I think she might know where she's sitting.
See, the crowd know what to do and we know what to do,
Oh,
but
it's hard, isn't it? You want to be able to shout and give them a bit of advice.
I know,
but
she's
you're
only
not
10 feet away from us.
enough. So guys, the final pair then, this is it. The last climbers of the semi-final. The results, as we're seeing, obviously are provisional, but pretty much 1 to 6 in the men's and the women's is confirmed. The results are saying in the men's then, Chon, who's actually on his last boulder, in first position.
How is this guy on slabs, Shauna?
Well, you're about to find out. Pretty good. He's pretty good at everything, really.
Yeah, it'd be
isn't he?
nice to see these
Oh. Spoke
famous
too soon.
last words.
Oops.
Yeah.
Come
Really
on,
interesting
come on,
to see.
John, don't let me down.
On this boulder, Magos and Cousins are the only two to have climbed it, and that's actually got them a finals position.
It really has, yeah.
So
It's-
the slab, if you're an absolute legend on the slab, it seems to be enough to get you through to the final. So once again, the climbing works. It's all about the technical climbing.
Not on women's 4 though.
Definitely not. Burling through a roof is
Berlin
not.
through. But you do have to be able
Let's
to
see
read
it.
it, so a little bit technical at the same time. Petra showing her
Yeah, Petra's
competition
read this straight
expertise
away.
straight away. This is the way.
She's got the method.
That's it. Oh no!
Slap down.
She was close.
Oh, she knows what to do though. Smile, big smile. Always smiling, Petra.
It was I had a long chat with Petra yesterday, one of the interviews we did, and I was asking her about the Paris boulder, and it was really cool talking to her about it because she almost welled up instantly on it. It's really emotional even today.
I've been competing against Petra for I think about 10 years now. We competed as youth together, and she is an incredible climber and also a really nice person.
Yeah, she was really nice to talk to actually.
Oh, here he is, up high.
Looking good.
Oh no! You're cursed this time. He just needs
Sorry.
to be quiet when he's climbing, I think.
Sean is totally dominating this round, and he's still going at it on the 4th boulder. He loves it.
We've seen him do that in World Cups though, in semis, and then not perform as well in finals, and the other way around. You know, he's got scraped into finals and then absolutely dominated. So yeah, it will be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
see how he gets on later on.
He is looking another level at the moment for the
Yeah.
rest of the field. And he's still got 2 minutes 20 to climb that last boulder.
Come on, Petra. Petra's got a really good
She's
method
figured
this
it
time.
out. Oh no, needs that toe hook in.
To be honest, she's looking tired. It's no surprise. She's already secured first position. 2 tops and 2
She's
tops
just
and 3 bones
topped
and
all
7,
3
but
boulders.
Just,
Yeah.
Up
We
and
want to
down.
see that women's 4 top though. It would be good to see.
As you can see there, guys, make sure you join us for what is expected to be one of the best QUIF finals ever. 6 British time. Remember, use the hashtag QUIF. Get in touch with us. We want to hear from you guys. Where are you going to be tuning in live tonight? Finals is going to step it up once again. The route setter's got some real surprises in the bag, so we really can't wait for it later on tonight.
I've already seen all the final boulders and climbed on them, and I just can't wait to see how the guys get on later on.
We're also going to have a bit of a preview show beforehand, half an hour or so of chat and a few interviews with some of the athletes who unfortunately didn't make it through to the finals, but we're going to have some great interviews and a bit of an idea about the rules and the Olympics and a general bit of kind of climbing jargon. It's going to be great later on.
Yeah, it'd be definitely be worth tuning in for that. And of course, the action in the final.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous already about the finals.
Oh, I'm excited.
If we look at the field, it's just so incredible and so hard to tell who's going to win.
She had the toe hook then and still didn't make it work. She's just not feeling the
she's
love on this
just a
boulder
bit
floor,
tired.
is she? 50 seconds left now of this semi-final. This is going to be the last attempt, I think, on this men's 4. See if we can get around this volume.
So guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed the semi-final so far. Like Gaz said, this is the last attempt or two in the semi-finals. These guys have both already made it through to the finals, which is no surprises really, considering their history in climbing, amount of amazing results, top qualifiers and top semi-finalists so far.
Looking good.
20 seconds.
Bonus. Three more moves. 3 more moves to the top.
Has he got time? 10 seconds. He wants
Come
it.
on. Is this going to be
Come
right
on.
on the buzzer? Come on. He's
jump.
heard the buzzer. Oh!
He's out of time!
He
That was
out of
incredible.
time.
That was so close.
Yeah, it was awesome to see. He was out of time. It didn't matter, but he just wanted to do it for the crowd.
He sure did.
You could just see him speed up there when that buzzer came in. If it had another 5 seconds, he'd have been at the top.
Ah,
Ladies and gentlemen, that
totally.
does conclude the semi-final round, and a really good round it was. One word to sum it up would definitely be hard.
Very,
Let's
very
go.
hard.
2 words, very hard.
And these are tonight's finalists. 6th place, Jone Kruder, Slovenian. 5th place, Alex Migos swoops in on the slab. Matt Cousins also swoops in on the slab, boulder number 4 to take 4th. Jan Hoyer, the big German, crushing to get 3rd. Michael Picaru, the Italian, gets 2nd, and the man we just seen on the screen takes 1st place. So that is your top 6. The big upset, Sean McCall, the current CWIF champion, is out. So we're going to have a look at the ladies.
We've got Petra Klingler in 1st place, amazing performance, only top on women's 1. Oh, it's not. We're not seeing a top here. We've got 2 tops for Petra, 2 and 2. Melissa Leneve with 2 tops again in 3 attempts. Julia Worm with 2 tops. Michaela Tracy, Julia Kruder, and Sassol all with 2 tops. Hannah Mitbo and Kata Salvan just missing out. It's going to be. It's a World Cup. It's a World Cup final right there.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks so much guys for watching, and thanks so much for getting in touch. We will be back for the finals, and do not miss it. It's 6:10 tonight. Pretty much the end of the action here. You can see the crowd going wild. They will all come back later. Guys, we'll catch you for the live stream for the finals here for CWIF 2017, 6:10.
See you this evening.
Can't wait.